live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. It's PSD High School Football. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota, everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. This afternoon, live on Stream It Sports from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado, the Fort Collins Lambkins host the visiting Skyline Falcons in Colorado high school football action. Hello, my name is David Haase, along with my partner Randy McCoy and Brian Roxbury on camera. Early afternoon game here at French Field, Randy. We look for a rebounding effort from the Lambkins, and going against the 6-1 Falcons from Skyline should be a good one to stay tuned for, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Two 4A teams here in the same. I'm losing my train of thought on the name of the conference.
Yeah, no, they're going to be in their own conference, not the mountain conferences like all the 5A schools we're trying to figure out.
Right, that's right. So anyway, we've got really Skyline's coming in 6-1, predominantly a run team. Fort Collins coming in and about 60-40 pass over rush, but really the key player to watch is Erickson tonight. So we will be back with the play-by-play and the kickoff after these messages.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
The experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, an easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here getting ready for the kickoff. Mid-afternoon game here at French Field. Just a gorgeous day, a little windy. But, David, it is not a cloud in the sky.
Yeah.
About 70 degrees.
Beautiful fall day here, Chamber of Commerce-like weather in Fort Collins, which we have a lot of those. We're very fortunate here. And first of a doubleheader, if you want to know why we're playing at 3 in the afternoon on Friday, other than to get a bunch of guys out of school early. It is because there's a 7:30 game tonight, so stay tuned for the Fossil Ridge SaberCats coming up. They're 5-2 and looking to improve on that in the game against Denver East. So
better yet, it's 7 o'clock.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Better for us that we don't get in.
We don't need to camp overnight again.
Yeah. So anyway, bright red. I'm not sure if you call that red, but back where I come from, that's red.
We don't have that depth that they all have these days. You're exactly right.
That is a red pair of pants, and the traditional uniforms by Fort Collins Lambkins.
We always joke about those numbers are hard to read, and we thought, daylight, we'll be able to read those Lambkins numbers a little better today. Well, it's still going to be kind of tough, but Colby Shades teeing it up there at midfield, and we'll start this game in a moment.
So in Colorado high school football, we play 4 12-minute quarters. Got a beautiful day, lots of color in the stadium today with the green grass and the blue skies and the black and red. And so here's my partner, Mr. David Haase.
Lambkins make sure that the Falcons are paying attention, fake the onside, step back, and break out to their regular kick. Shade will more than likely drive this out of the end zone. The freshman's got a very strong leg. And the low line drive just sails almost back to the end line, so it'll be 1st and 10 Falcons from their own 20-yard line. So the Falcons, Randy, come up at 6-1. Talking to John Yunt, who came up from Boulder to cover the game for them today, and saying that they're actually 24th though in their RPI. So they, we'll have to see how legit the 6-1 is, and they get a chance to prove it right now.
Fort Collins coming in at 2-5, played a steady stream of 5A teams to start the season, and with not all the in-town teams, but Poudre and Collins, or Poudre and Fossil.
Higgins quickly on the outside, got an edge. Man's got a chance to go all the way in the very first play of the game, Randy. He's crossed the 50, taking it down to 30. It's going to be an 80-yard pass play on the very first play of the game. What plagued the Lambkins last week, the big plays against their defense, starts out right away.
And Higgins is their main player, really. He plays some quarterback, and he plays, that was an outside receiver, obviously.
And we had an official, I think, just get hurt. He's really hobbling on a leg there, and yeah, he's done. That's unfortunate there. It's most officials are former athletes themselves, and I was talking to another. I know the man. He's been around town a long time, but I know he's got his knees bad. But that's not good.
That might have been the one there. He's walking like that's the one.
Yeah, and it's a done deal, and they can cover without him. You can go in a short crew. That's when the trainer says, "I can't do anything for a 50-year-old knee."
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. I know of what he speaks.
I've got a couple of those.
Yeah, I could know exactly what he speaks. So after the big play, though, Higgins on the quick little bubble screen, the outside cuts it up, and nobody in the Lambkins took the correct route to go in and take him back. And 80 yards later, we got a little push and pull over there on who may have jumped off sides or who was drawn off sides. But Higgins' stats had thrown for 673 yards before that, and he just increased them by more than 10% on one play. Lambkins jumped offside, so the ball is moved up 1.5 yards. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is between the uprights for a 7-point lead right out of the gate, and we've only ran maybe 13 seconds off the clock, just as long as it took to run that ball down the sideline. And 7-0 lead. Now, it's that time of day we're looking at the scoreboard here in the north end zone. It is very, very tough. And you got who got that touchdown? I was a little caught up. I wasn't
Kyle West, I think, number 4, sophomore.
Yeah, and he's got 239 yards, and you add 80 to that. That puts him at 300-plus for the season. So what a way to start the game.
Yeah, and he had what they call breakaway speed.
Yes, he did.
He was able to break away from everybody else. And
McCaylin Moore is a pretty good tackler, and he's pretty good defensive back, and he didn't run him down. But it's tough to turn and run. That's the hardest thing to do. When your hips are going the other direction, you got to spin around and try to catch up, and West dropped the hammer, as you said.
Well, and it really simple play. Wasn't even –
Yep.
I mean, it was just a
angles.
quick out. And
well, Collins plays a fairly aggressive defense. Their safeties are generally up near the line of scrimmage. We've seen it for years, and but it shows you the game started. You got to make the play on the very first play, and they took off, and no doubt about that one. So Lambkins, single returner back, Cadlick, captain, sitting back there in the end zone. Squib kick could be taken about the 32-yard line. You get a block here, and he's got some alley to go. That's Connor McGraw taking it upfield, number 41 for the Lambkins. So pretty good starting position for their offense, too.
Yes, and Skyline will come in here with a little chip on their shoulder, I would imagine. A couple of years ago came down here and didn't fare so well. So
yeah, that was a rough game. And the odd thing about that, Kevin Lytle reported earlier today, too, that Kevin Rice's brother was the head coach at Skyline at that time, and Coach Rice's brother now is with him. So Kevin and Eric both on the same sideline.
Coach
can't beat him, join him, right?
Michael Silva, head coach.
Motion Lang goes across the formation. McGraw right over right tackle. Gets met in the hole. Pretty good pop. So one of the things now we could talk about the change in the game right now, Randy. So you don't have a back judge in the game. And these guys we were just talking before the game, they're going to be doing 2 games. So if you're watching us here on Stream It Sports and you've got a whistle and you've got the license, I think they could use you here at French Field.
Tweet us here and we'll get a resume from you.
We'll get you employed right away.
There is a shortage of officials in every sport in this state right now,
and wonder why.
Yeah, well,
parents.
I would imagine somebody has called somebody to get another one out here for the second game. But
McGraw on this jet sweep that time, trying to go sideways there just to gain another yard. It's going to bring about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, the parents are a blessing, but also it keeps a lot of people from wanting to be officials in youth sports and coaches, quite honestly.
Yeah. So this early afternoon kickoff, like I say, the crowd is not here, so if you couldn't make it, hopefully you tuned in and you get to watch these kids compete. Erickson in the pistol, fakes it, got the rollout. He's got a man dragging over the middle, and it's late, picked off. That could be 6 there. If the angle doesn't work, he's going to have to get by Erickson. He does. He's going to walk into the end zone. That's going to be a 47-yard pick 6 return and a huge early lead for Skyline.
And that's not like Erickson. He had a great opportunity there to complete that pass, and he just a bad pass.
Yeah, well, and Jake Leone was all by himself for the longest in the drag play, and the safety saw it, and it did a great job of just running to the ball. And the ball got there at the same time he did. He caught it full in stride and then broke the tackle by the quarterback on down the field.
And great play by the safety. We didn't get that number.
We'll make sure we get it. He's going to be back out in the field in a minute. He's got to go get some air in him right now. So with less than basically a minute and a half gone in the game, it's already 14-0 Skyline.
I don't think that's what Coach Rice had in mind to start this game off.
No, you never do draw it up that way. It's certainly dug themselves a huge hole here. Like I say, there's time to get it right. But after the game they had last week, where so many things went wrong, fumbling into the end zone, doing a couple of things that all weren't normal. This team we saw early in the year, and we say it over and over. There's 16, 17, 18-years out there. Sometimes you got to have something good happen for you to kind of get back into it. But so far, that's not been the case. It's just different. It's so quiet. It's different to be at a football game where it's quiet. There's no band. It's tough for the band to get here in the afternoon. It's tough to be out here as a parent. Great for those parents that could make it over here during the middle of the day. But right now, it's a pretty bleak start for the Lambkins.
Or guys like us that everybody wonders what we do.
Yeah. Well, very fortunate to be able to make this work, and we're glad to do it.
Yes, we are.
Paired up with It Sports, Phil Mildren's company out of Denver, doing a great job in the metro area for all the games down there. And basketball is around the corner.
Big volleyball, last volleyball week next week too, so there's the kickoff.
Line drive, kicked in a bounce about the 10. Cadlick's going to pick it up, cuts to his left. A lot of red jerseys in front of him. Makes the corner, though, showing some speed. Gets popped out of bounds about the 35, so pretty good return.
I'll cue that fake crowd noise if you want me to.
Yeah, that's going to take a little extra oomph. There's a couple dozen of the students from Collins. I mean, they got out of school at 2:50. You could barely get here in time. And the cheerleaders outnumber the student section right now, but they're filling in. So see how the Lambkins answer now. Erickson back to throw, sets up the screen underneath. He's got it. Cut the play down the sideline. Got one edge, get forward. Nice open field tackle, but a gain of 9.
Well, there's some playmakers in this game, and
well, Jackson Shore that time he's kind of picking his way and never really got that chance to turn it north-south, did he?
Yeah, and he's had a good year. You've got one of the top receivers in the league, and Jake Leone.
Mm-hmm. McGraw off the left edge, a lot of blocking out in front of him, still falling behind. That's a great way to run the ball there. Just set right on the hip of big O number 64, and Joey McIntosh just led him through the hole.
Well, of all the years that Fort Collins could withstand to be down 14-0, this is the year they can because they've got a potent offense.
Yep. No, you're exactly right.
Led by Erickson, the quarterback, who's coming up on 2,000 yards of all-purpose yards.
Quarterback sneak this time, draws right to the middle. Actually, quarterback draw, I should say. Takes it for about 16. I think that may actually get him over. He was just a little bit short of that number combined rushing and passing.
Yeah, that probably puts him over 2,000 for the season, so great pickup on the waiver wire from
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Erickson moved here from Arizona, is that right?
New Mexico.
New Mexico.
We're going to talk about the public schools. You get who shows up to school, and that was a pretty good find. McGraw off the right side bulls his way forward for about another 4.
Setup goes to Connor McGraw. Pick up a 4 on the play. Tackled by the Falcons' Nick Relou.
So 2nd and about 8.
Brilliant sunshine today.
Oh, yeah, this is just a gorgeous day. It's kind of got a scrimmage kind of feel to it right now, and the intensity, the Lambkins have got to really pick up the intensity. Erickson quick out on the outside there. It's going to be the hook and ladder play to McGraw. He's down the edge. Ball's out, though. It's going to be knocked out of bounds. A good hit coming up by the safety, number 2, for the Falcons, and Zietlow, and I think he might have been they had the pick there for the 6 earlier. And if you heard our crowd, Mike, you can tell the first down play. But I love that old hook and ladder. Somewhere Barry Lyman is smiling. Old Kennard Middle School coach, that was his favorite play.
It was a good call.
A great time for it, too. So the timeout on the field, Lambkins marching, but trail 14-0. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads.
Go away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No! Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on It Sports NoCo.
So we're back here now after the timeout. 1st and 10 Lambkins on the 12 of the Falcons. They trail 14-0 early going here in the first. McGobb behind. Erickson pulls it away, turns it upfield. Just going to carry bodies down towards the 5-6 yard line. Gain of about 4.
Erickson's approaching 500 yards rushing for the season, and has got 1,500 yards passing. Has a feel of one of those up and down the field games, doesn't it?
No back. Give the ball to McGraw on the jet sweep. He cuts up inside down to the 3, the 2. Still pushing into the end zone. Touchdown Lambkins. So they answer with a nice drive and get a touchdown on the board. And it's just enough, like you said, it's plenty of time left in this game, but they need to establish themselves.
Well, they do, and again, that had a scrimmage feel there too, as far as
just the noise. So PAT now coming attempt by Colby Shade. I'm going to say he's just had an excellent year, and we've had a lot of good kickers come through this, and the very best one, you can probably say, came from Collins years ago. Welch, who went on to kick at Wisconsin. And that one was no good. He pulled to the left.
Jinxed him.
Yeah, of course I did. My streak's alive. So 14-6 now. And I think basically the Lambkins just need to get their defense. They've only been out there for one play. Get out there and get, you need to hit somebody. Kind of get those juices going here. And like I said, they just showed they can move it down the field, but, you got to stop them.
The irony of that very first play is I'm sure that was just a 6 or 7 yard play.
Yeah,
when you draw that up, that's about all you're expecting out of that play. So,
yeah, every play on a chalkboard without a defense is going to go for 6, but usually the defense takes care of that.
Yeah.
But that's
so
cut outside.
That one exceeded expectations,
yes,
I would say.
Yeah, especially with the first play of the game.
Get a catch under somebody's belt and get a throw, and let's hit and.
So they back off now after the usual. A lot of teams do that now. They fake charge the line. Shade will take this one. There's actually going to be an offsides on Fort Collins. That'll back him up. I think he only makes you going to kick it to the back of the end zone, not through it. Back deep for the Falcons. 21 Cram and 25 Wathen. Wathen, one of the receivers, got a couple hundred yards receiving already this year. Think about when you already got the kickoff, somebody got to go get the ball.
Did they get it?
Yeah, there's one of the young men here in the.
Oh, I thought that was Russ down there getting it. Russ, our fine AD here at Poudre School District.
He did a nice job of the national anthem, too, before the game started here.
Did a great job of the national anthem.
So one more time at the
with feeling.
Yeah, into the fray they go. This one's going to be returned right at the goal line. Long kick that time, nowhere to go though. Nice job of kick covering. Underneath, good sized pile down there. Lambkins really got him surrounded. Did a nice job of the lane integrity. When you run down, you always got to stay in your lanes. It's fun to want to chase the ball, but that'll take advantage of somebody along the way. But so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Falcons, just short of their own 19-yard line. So when you come out, you're 1 for 1, Randy, with an 80-yard touchdown the first play. Do you really think you got much going on offense?
I was going to say, what do you do for an encore here?
Well, trips to the top of your screen, single back set. Looks to pass, got a man open, wide open down the sideline. Ball's in the air. It's going to be caught at midfield.
Not sure what the Fort Collins Lambkin defense is doing here. He was running down wide open.
Yeah, and they're playing single high safety on the top, and I think that was one of those where the safety's just got to race to that sideline. I'm going to tell you, Higgins just did a nice job of getting the ball out of his hands right away. Bubble screen again on the out. Breaks the outside again. Tackles are broken. It's a sideline foot race again, Randy. He stepped out of bounds.
That's the only thing that stopped him.
He's really mad at himself because he did. He had the line, didn't he?
Well, the other pass that happened down here, if quarterback put too much air under it, if he would have made a little more of a straight shot, that might have been a touchdown as well.
Yeah.
Hurry up offense here, and they can't go because
don't have this chain set. Same play again to the outside. There's going to be a block out there. Illegal block in the back. So that one will come back. West, though, pretty good looking receiver out there, isn't he? They've got some weapons.
Well, and again, if they're getting the defense for their set. Fort Collins on defense. I mean, they have no idea what they're doing yet.
Yeah, they're taking advantage of something.
They're averaging about 30 yards a play so far.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. They've found something here. They're using it. And this is not the Lambkins defense we've seen for several years, and sometimes it just kind of gets loose on you. They're back in the twin safety zone now. They're going to try to take that long ball away. Quarterback draw. He's in the middle of the field. Higgins just steps up. Outruns a couple tackles, going through arm tackles, finally driven to the ground.
And he's done that a bit because he's got over 600 yards rushing.
Yeah, that was a good run there. He took off and gained about 16.
And here comes the Skyline cheer squad.
Yeah.
So they're going to look up and go, wow, 14-6 already and driving again.
Yeah, they got something to cheer about. They need to be here. Fake the give, quarterback play again up the middle. First down yardage inside the 20.
They're getting a little Kyle Sigler on them, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
Last time these two teams played, they saw a bunch of that from
Kyler Sigsby.
Yes. Who did I say? Well,
not that.
Not that.
Yeah.
Kevin Lytle. I don't know. Kevin Lytle was a quarterback then.
Could have been. So twins both side now for Higgins. Another good offensive march going down here by the Falcons.
I got to watch out who my subconscious
brings
up.
Yeah, we got their quarterback draw again, steps around, shakes one tackle. He's got the sideline, a block downfield. He's in the end zone.
Wow.
So right now everything's going just the way you want it drawn up if you're on the Falcons sideline.
Yeah, if you're an offensive coordinator for Skyline right now, I'm going to ask for a raise.
Yeah, he's got it dialed in. 20-6 right now, PAT pending.
I'm not even sure Skyline's worked up a sweat yet.
A couple of receivers, and that's about it. They've run through right now. I mean, and we saw that last week there. That just the inability of the Collins defense to contain Hockmeyer for Mountain View. Kick is up and good.
Oh, we saw a game 2 weeks ago start off like this with Rocky Mountain. And forget who was it that
Horizon? The young man that ran?
No, they beat them for 42-7.
Eagle Crest.
Yeah, Eagle Crest. And I'm not even sure they broke a sweat in the first 3 touchdowns, and that's got a very similar look.
Except for Eagle Crest is number 3 in the state.
Yeah, it is. But in the game, it still looks the same. They're running up and down the field.
They really are, and right now the tackling's got to get a little bit better for their Lambkins. Falcons are really, like you said, they're averaging plus yardage on every play.
Over 10 yards probably, if you take it all together. I mean, that's 80 and
Grohl's going to kick off again.
150 yards.
Yeah, we don't really worry about the offense for the Lambkins. We know they can move the ball, but you can't keep spotting the other team 2 touchdowns. You can hear through our crowd, Mike, there's still a pretty good breeze. That flag is sticking out. Just punched it downfield again. Ball's going to skip. Cadillac's going to pick up at the 15. Cuts the outside, makes a move. Trying to run sideways. Going to turn back around, and he gets tripped up at the 22.
Well, he had a look to go all the way around. He drew everybody over to the right side, and if he could have got out of that, he might have been able to sweep it around. But
nice job by the Falcons, though, getting downfield. You mean keeping that straight line, that picket line across the front. He just didn't have anywhere to go. So the Lambkins need to answer. Down by 2 touchdowns. One of those extra points has got to be for 2 to tie it. Thanks for joining us today here on Stream It Sports. If you're from the Skyline area, your fans, and you're not able to make it to our French Field today, Erickson right down the middle. Oh, he just missed him too.
Missed him. That was 6.
He had Jackson Shore. He throws it out there, and it would have been a foot race around the corner. And here's the difference here, too. The safety for Skyline, he's got to go get this football. He's going to jog downfield. Now, they're going to, after a while, coach is going to tell him, you take your time. Because there's no back judge, because the injury we had to a side judge already the game. So there's no back judge. The umpire is going to have to double on the count, too, for the quarterback. But that's a distance. After a while, Zeitlo is going to have to cover. Erickson on the keeper. Short gain on the play. Looks like Skyline must have brought a bus of students up here because they've got about 50 people waiting to get in. I think they're going to exceed the local crowd here in a minute.
Skyline down in Longmont, Colorado. Beautiful town.
Great throw and even better catch that time. And there's another issue that we're going to have. See the umpire, Randy, how far back? He's almost like the picket fence that time for the receiver. I think that was Leone. He went up and grabbed that ball. It was a little high, but he's got good leaping abilities, we know. But that was the umpire's playing back about 10 yards. He's kind of at that intersection of where you want to run that post play. He's in no man's land. He was a little out of his place, wasn't he? I got to stay back here. Shovel pass coming the other way, though. It's going to be an incomplete pass.
The incomplete pass wasn't.
Yeah, they're trying to run the shovel pass. I like the play design. They kind of did a soft roll to the right side and coming with a slot player underneath. Erickson tried to throw it to him, but he didn't look like he was ready for it.
It was not executed. No, and the blocking didn't hold up either because there was red football pants.
Yep.
The same place the guy that's catching the ball was.
Yeah, Hunter Gutierrez down there at that end has been pretty active already in the game, but Lambkins now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. And that's one of the designs on that shovel pass. If it drops to the ground, it is just incomplete because they wouldn't have had the fumble. Erickson's being flushed out, getting caught from behind, spins out of the tackle. Still on his feet. How do you loot 2 people there? He's still got a chance to go downfield. Just going to smartly run for the out of bounds. That's real close to being very close.
Yeah.
I think that's when you go back to tell that player.
I think if he falls down, they call that. But since he didn't fall down.
And good for him, his athleticism kept him up. Because he was certainly going out of bounds. He got an extra shove at the end there. And that's when the official says you do that again.
Yeah. So 3rd and 7 now.
Trips here to the inside, the near boundary. No back. Lang on the fake. Another try to run, another quarterback run, and really nowhere to go.
Yeah, I think I'd be handing that to Corey Lang because looked like he had some space out there.
He really did. So 4th down punt coming from the Lambkins. Drive stalls just on their half the field.
Skyline trying to improve their record to 7-1.
Punt, snaps on the field. Lang's got to try to pick it up. He's going to try to run for the sideline. He's going to throw it downfield. He's got a man open. If he had caught it, it would have counted.
And that's the athleticism of Corey Lang's played
really
quarterback, and should have been caught.
Well, actually, we have a penalty on the far side. If it's going to be offsides on Skyline, they're going to do it again. Oh, I see one official didn't decline. That should have made sense. They had an eligible man downfield if that long scramble. So they had linemen already downfield. You can't throw the pass then because it wasn't called a fake. They didn't know. Basically, they have to wait a count and go, and you kind of wait to hear the thump of the ball, and then they just start trotting downfield.
Skyline will take over on down.
So no penalty, and the Falcons get the ball on the 42 of the Lambkins, and with a red-hot offense.
And they're ready to play.
Yeah,
you see them there.
Yeah, looking to go. The Meerkat formation. Everybody looking to the sideline. And Higgins has been right on target, too. They've only, a fair amount of breeze in their face. No backs. Just a long throw. That time it just sailed, didn't it?
Yeah, but they're playing so soft out there that they're kind of giving them that and then hoping they can tackle them, but you got a blocker out there. I mean, it's a 50-50 chance, really.
Yeah, if you get around the edge, and they've already shown that they have that ability.
And there's nobody there to. They get past those first two guys, it's over.
About 3:50 left here in the first quarter. We're looking into the sun on that scoreboard, so it's hard to tell.
I'm glad you saw that. I couldn't tell. And
there we go. We got to
finally run the ball and
tried to run the sweep reverse to Zeitlo, and it was a little slow developing. Nice job of the Lambkins reading that play.
See if that gets the Lambkin defense kind of shake the cobwebs out here.
Yeah, Brewer Bauman on the tackle there, number 61. So 3rd and 14 now. Fake again, quarterback dropped the middle. He's got a chance to get the first down, and he does.
Boy,
wow.
He is fast.
They let him out of the jail, didn't they?
Nate Higgins calls his own number, 1st down, Falcons.
So after about a 14-yard run, Lambkins were almost ready to get off the field. Now they're inside the 30-yard line and having a chance to keep the drive alive where it's 4-down territory.
Higgins, an impressive athlete.
Yeah, he's been able to do it all right now, and it's all in their favor. They're doing a good job up front. Handoff on the delay there.
And really, you got to do that a couple times, and then it opens it up for Higgins.
Yeah. Carries by number 27, and the only 27 I have on their roster says a JV number, so I'm not sure that's right, but maybe he's wearing it today. Sweep again. Bounces the outside. Good moves. He's out in the open field. Mount slipped one more tackle, and he'd have been a race to the corner.
Unfortunately, if you're a Lambkin fan, almost every play is one tackle away from going all the way to the.
Yeah. That was Connor Scott, number 27. That's who I'm going to give credit to. Nice run.
1st down, Falcons.
But good job on the sideline there. They getting Grohl in. Nick Grohl, number 1, comes in where he's got that gimpy ankle.
Yeah, Higgins comes into the game 673 yards rushing.
He might have added about 50 already. High snap. Higgins grabs it. Another quarterback draw. Gets out of one tackle. Goes forward because he's just about in the backfield. Andrew Van Orden was right there, just a little high on him, wasn't he?
He did, and I don't see a flag. I didn't. Got him in the helmet, but he must not have hit the face mask.
Yep. Just about a 4 or 5 yard loss on it.
And Another quarterback in here. That's Harris.
Yeah, he was warming up too during the game, so it's interesting to see what the change is for. Higgins is going to running back.
That's Ben Harris. And it should
Snap
have been
given to Higgins up the middle. Just turn around and take the handoff instead of catching the snap and then getting it.
that. Boy, it sure looked like the left side of the receivers left a little early, but maybe I'm seeing things.
Well, those pants and socks that match, that is kind of a streak out there. That's an easy one to go back. So still the same where the substitute the quarterback, move the quarterback to running back. Faked it, got a man over the middle. Complete down inside the 10-yard line. Good solid tackle by McCaylin Moore comes up there, but not after a gain of about 8 or 9 yards and enough for a first down.
Just a simple play. I mean.
Yep. Well executed. Well, you got to honor Higgins running up the middle, don't you?
You do. And so an interesting first quarter here, to say the least. Not what we expected
at all.
Skyline's come ready to play.
So fourth down, they're obviously going to go for it.
Could try to draw him off, it looks like.
Play call change now. Back official has raised his arm there. It's going to be right down the middle. He's got him wide open. He missed him.
Boy.
Oh, he had the slot man right down the middle, wide open, and Harris just threw it a little bit for him. And that's the tough thing about coming in the game cold.
But the official was right there in the middle of the field, too.
Yep.
I don't know how in the world he saw. He was blocking our view of.
Yep. Well, that again goes to the fact that you don't have a back judge, and the umpire can't stay up where he normally sits right behind the linebackers, and he's back there at 10 to 15 yards. He's trying to play both of those positions one time as an official.
I mean, that threw me off. So I'm sure when he looks up and sees that, and he sees the official 5 yards to the right of him.
Yep. So nice job by the Lambkins defense getting off the field there, get the break on the incompletion. Erickson to throw on the first down. Rolling is going to be well beyond the line of scrimmage. Oh, I thought he had him going to go around the corner there.
He had him wide open.
Yep. Not on target as we've seen him from so far this year. So 2nd and 10 now. We're still in the first quarter. Looks like about 31 seconds or maybe a 37 seconds down there on the north end zone. We won't see that clock very well the rest of the day. It'll take till probably about kickoff for the Fossil Ridge game we got later. Sweep on the side there. Lang cuts upfield, makes a couple guys miss. Nice job running the ball. Good tackle that time by Grohl.
Boy, he's a lanky runner, isn't he?
Yep.
He was all legs and arms.
Made a nice cut there, and that's the hardest thing to do about those jet sweeps. Somewhere along the way, you've got to plant that downfield foot and cut, and you got to get up there. And he made a nice move or two on it. Gained about 7.
Corey Lang's a prototypical Lambkin football player. I mean, he can do everything on the field.
The multi-tool player. Now he's at fullback.
And has done everything on the field.
Gives straight up the middle. Spins out of one tackle. Going to be close. Line judge has got him crossing the 25-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down.
First down, Collins.
So Lambkins move the chains there, kind of get out of the shadow of their own.
And I believe that's the end of the first quarter with our score
21-6.
Yeah, Skyline ahead of Collins. We'll be back after these messages.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Back here now at French Field to start our second quarter. Lambkins Saw the Falcons from Skyline take off out of the box right away. First play for 80 yards for a touchdown. Second drive, another touchdown, and then third, they're up 21-6. Lambkins had one drive. The last drive ended in a punt that was botched. Ended up in that third touchdown for Skyline. They need to get a drive together. First down carry by McGraw. Pushes his way forward. Going to be rolled back, though. Nice job up there getting stout in that middle, number 58 for the Alex Ortiz for the Falcons there. Met him in the hole, and that's about all there was. But Lambkins, they've got to be able to run the ball. I mean, this game is nowhere near over. Plenty of time to score 2 touchdowns. It's not like late third quarter, but you've got to start establishing yourself up front.
And one of the things I think concerns me a little bit is typically Collins is a slow starting team, and then they get better as the year goes on, but we have not seen that this year.
Erickson on the fake, doesn't look to throw. He's got the man on the outside. Nice throw on the throwback, kind of just an underneath drag pattern to Leone there. He's going to catch it for about 7, just short of first down yardage.
Still felt really slow in its execution.
Yeah, it was just you're trying to really get that backside corner to chase that receiver, and he did a nice job of staying home. Still picked up 7. Fullback give on the quick hitter. Well past the yard to gain, so a couple first downs in a row now, starting to get a little rhythm to the offense. Erickson was really on target with that last one.
And up goes to Mr. Corey Lang. First down for Collins.
Bubble screen to the outside. Leone steps upfield. Nice job of staying behind his blocker. And I tell you, Corey Lang did a great job of just taking his guy all the way to the ground. That is the prototypical film. You could have done a technique film that time. Corey Lang blocking the DB for the Falcons there. He just took him, spun him around.
Clear through the whistle, too.
Yeah, he did. Hands in tight. That's the way to do it. Not many times you can get a receiver a pancake block, but that was one. So second and very short. Lambkins 2 wideouts both sides. McGraw behind Erickson in the pistol. He's throwing the quick outside again to Lang. Eric's starting to get a little rhythm now, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And, you know, again, one of the top quarterbacks, I'm sure, in the conference as far as statistically and stuff, but he needs to lead his team to victory too, you know.
Yeah, you got to get down there and finish it off. They've just had a difficult time stopping people the last couple of weeks. Stretch play out to McGraw, turns that field, good head of steam. Did a nice job of cutting back on the safety there. Came up in pretty good position, and we've seen Zeitlo already make some good tackles, but he cut right underneath him just enough to get past the sticks. So Lambkins across midfield now. Nice four first down drives so far. Skyline kind of shows blitz. Change of call from the sideline. Yep. And it's one of the things that can happen. You got to be patient when you change the play like that, and the player that on the right end there just decided to pop the clutch a little early. So 1st and 15.
You hear in the background that wind noise. It's pretty brisk windy.
Yeah, that
windy
flag,
out there.
Yeah, the flag is pretty much straight out down in that north end zone. So nice long drive here to start the second quarter by the Lambkins. Erickson on the screen underneath has to rush it a little bit and just misses Leone as he's trying to get underneath there. It was set up. Brings up 2nd and 15 now after the incompletion. Play still coming from the sideline. Back judge / umpire has not started the count, so plenty of time there. Erickson back to throw, looks downfield. Got to find a man out here at the end and does. Nice patience, stayed in the pocket. and found his receiver, Antonio Burgos.
Well, he does. The impressive thing about Erickson is he does hold the ball the right amount of time, it seems like, typically. We saw a young quarterback last night who
physically
has really good
yet.
numbers, but just is on a 3-second count pretty much every pass.
Yeah, physically the difference in the arm strength there. Off the side, McGraw just runs through a couple arm tackles, stiff arms the defender in the end, slides around a couple more inside the 15 down to the 12.
Boy, great intuition there and instincts to cut back.
Great job on the side there too by the guys up front. Lineman out there, Jonathan Engel, 53, Tanner Orth, number 59, Joey McIntosh, 64, 65, Jack Pedersen, 66, Sam Petrasky. They've done a nice job this drive.
That's why you need so many coaches so they can call a play.
Well, that's there are sideline films of that, just of all the antics that come out to call the play. Start snap, goes underneath. Erickson picks it up, rolls between his feet, trying to get past the end. It does. Nice job of delivering the ball downfield. Hits Leone and still made plus yardage out of about 7 yards.
Yeah, he got out in the open, and the defender there has a little bit more than he could
he's
catch
good.
up with speed-wise.
Yeah, and it's tough to cover Leone downfield when you got that kind of time. That was certainly slow developing. So 2nd and about 4, ball inside the 10.
That's single coverage over here on the.
Yeah, you got that skinny post if you want to be tough to defend. Looking at the little drag pattern across the middle here. Erickson rolls out to his right. He's got to flip his feet, throws it in easy.
Boy,
that
I'll
was
tell you
zipped.
what.
And when he finished the play by turning his feet around just like a pitcher, shortstop, everybody else, delivered a strike, and that was just an easy catch for Leone, wasn't it?
Great catch by Leone, too, man. He came across there, ran a great pattern, and caught it with his hands and right in stride.
Well, and it's a long ways to have to defend somebody, too.
See if they go for 2 to make up for that.
Yeah, I kind of thought that'd be the case. Try to cut it down to 21-12 currently.
And they are.
Looks like it's about 8 minutes left, so about a nice 4.5 minute run there. It looks like, I can't quite tell if that's 8 minutes. I think so. Faked Erickson on the run, tucks it upfield, drives towards the goal line. He's not going to make it. Both side judges are coming in and didn't get there. So nice job by the Falcons defense on the extra point, stymieing the 2-point try.
Nobody hurt there, so with our score, 21-12, Skyline over Collins. We'll take a break.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
We're back here, getting ready for the kickoff. Is Fort Collins
Colby Shades
scores.
out there teeing it up.
Want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports. GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since 1974. Screen printing, embroidery, letter jackets, and more. Your local place to get high school gear. Check out their new location, 1437 Riverside, just down from the Colorado and on the south side of the street. Let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them.
Shade drives the ball deep into that south end zone. No chance for a run back, so touchback. Pretty solid offensive performance so far this half, Randy, by the Falcons. Lambkins kind of come alive there. The last drive there, they got that rhythm back we've expected to see out of them.
Well, you've got a receiver with over 600 yards on the year. You got to find him. And Leone is having an all-conference type of season and maybe more, but you got to find him. Had 3 touchdowns 2 games ago, I believe.
Yep. Snap taken, sweet play going upfield again. Ball's on the ground, though, and Lambkins are going to get it. Tell you, Higgins had a nice run going through. He was running through arm tackles, gets downfield, and I think he was just trying to get away because the ball didn't look like there was an arm on the ball or on his shoulder. And
I think he might have been actually switching switching sides.
Trying to get the defender off him. That's a good point. Either way, though, Lambkins get the fumble. A huge break. They're going to get the ball in the 33-yard line and a chance to get back in this.
Well, and if you're Fort Collins coaching staff, you've got to look here. Listen, guys, we were asleep the first play of the game, and we did a pick six. So, you know, we're in this game.
Yeah, played him to a
shot
standstill,
ourselves
pretty
in the
much.
foot. But
Yeah. So Erickson, who kind of got that rhythm, showed a really hot hand that last drive. Got the short field. Pump fake, trying to do the slow play down the field. Leone's breaking by there, and there's going to be just an incidental contact. And the ball was well out of bounds, too. So not going to get that call.
On the other hand, if you're Fort Collins, you know, even though Higgins put the ball on the ground, he was 15 yards down the field and you know, was one arm tackle away from going all the way again.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to find that boy.
Yeah, there's just too many reaching and not bringing the pads to it right now. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Roll out. Looking back across the field, can't find anybody. Nice job downfield and going to be caught. Slips out of the tackle, it goes out of bounds. Tell you what, you got to like the football player like Nick Grohl, number 1 for Skyline. A little offense, a little defense, and ran down a pretty speedy quarterback there in Erickson.
Probably find his number on special teams somewhere, too, I bet.
Well, he kicks off, but I think he's about one of the first guys down there, too.
Yeah.
He catches up to the ball.
Got a good, we call that in the business, got a good motor, huh?
Mm-hmm. So 3rd and 10 now. Lambkins want to take advantage of that turnover. Need to get some plus yards here on this play. Screen past the middle, almost intercepted. Very close to being a game-changing number because that means everybody's in front of you. He had 3 guys to block the quarterback, who was the only chance to make the play there. And number 20, Dayton Bowie there, almost got that defensive end's dream play. So 4th down is going to bring a timeout call by the Skyline sideline. 21-12 here at French Field. Lambkins trail on 4th down and coming. We'll be right back.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads. Who wants
Go
more?
away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
So we're back here this beautiful Friday afternoon here, October 21st, in Fort Collins, Colorado. Randy McCoy, David Haase here with you on Stream It Sports.
Big 4th down play coming now, 4th and 10. After the turnover and fumble recovery, chance to get back in this before half. Erickson's going to roll to his left. Trying to force the throw over the middle.
Boy.
Wow. And that's when your receiver bails you out. The ball was up in the air. And just the vertical that time by Leone goes up and gets it and gets the first down yardage.
It's good to be the king, isn't it? Boy,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that was some vertical.
He was up there where nobody else could touch it.
Yeah, well, sometimes you gotta throw it high, hoping your guy's the one to get there, and nobody else has a chance. And Leone proved him right. Ball on the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Lambkins.
Well, you got to find Leone. I mean, that's just.
Yeah, he's too big of a look there. Over the middle this time. Oh! Lucky for the Lambkins, that hit the ground because Grohl had cut in front of
your
Corey
boy
Lang
there. Your boy there had visions of 6 in his head, didn't he?
He was already waiting for them to start playing down and out because he was going to go. Yeah, that was very close. They're starting to, those intermediate short screen passes are such a timing thing, and if you get somebody on top of it because the ball's not getting velocity on it, you got to put the ball some touch out there. Erickson back to throw, quarterback draw, runs straight up the middle, cuts away from one. Grohl's going to be tackling him about after 8-yard gain, but we see a flag on the field. Going to be a holding call most likely.
You think as a penalty, that one guy holding him down the ground?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it wasn't a tough call there. So the spot foul just short of the line of scrimmage back, and it's going to move him back 10 yards, repeat the down. So 2nd and 20. They need to get inside the 10-yard line.
Leone came into the game with 51 catches.
That's a target. Follow the quarterback there, just follows McGraw through the line. Gain of about 10, takes a hard pop at the end.
That's an average of about 7 per game, and that's huge for a high school receiver.
Yeah, it really is.
Just a junior, too. Good kid. Had the pleasure of coaching him in basketball a couple of years. So
you can see his basketball skills translate out here, the
can.
way he's gone up to get the ball. Roll out, throwback play
nice
out here on
play.
the outside. Leone on the edge. Catches it, goes back. That's a pretty high-risk play. You know, you've got to know the way that's working.
Well, because you don't have time to see if there's a defender. And if there's a defender that's reading that along with you, it's a touchdown pass the other way.
Yeah, because he's having to throw the ball. He's got to run away from his back to it, and it turns around. And since he's left-handed, he's got to turn it over. Yeah, that's rotating guys in and out after a little hard work.
A little warm out there, but
That's
you know,
right.
it's nice to be sitting here in the.
Piotrowski comes off there, and he's just like, okay.
Okay. We got a field goal attempt now of about 32 yards.
Got the leg, got the wind behind him, or actually in the face, but well into the end zone, well out past the goalpost and good. Colby Shades really showing the promise of being a very good high school kicker, not just a good one. So after the score, narrows the lead down by the Falcons, 21-15. You're at French Field watching Stream It Sports. We'll be right back. Back here live now after the field goal by Shade. 6:05 left here in the first half. Lambkins trailed 21-6, knocked it down to 21-15. Have driven the ball pretty well in the second quarter, Randy, but need a stop on defense again, don't they?
Yes, they do. And even the last time Skyline had the ball, they fumbled, but the fumble was a 15-yard rush that was close to being broken for a touchdown. They got to do something about that.
Yeah. Tighten up on the tackling and get the ball back to your offense. They're rolling. A pretty good breeze. Still gets down near the goal line and into the end zone, so touchback.
Just joined us, had an official after the first play of the game hurt his knee, had to tap out, and so going with one less official than is prescribed by this type of game.
That's a little tough. It turns the umpire he plays both the umpire and the back judge. So you've got guys looking places they don't normally look. And actually now we do have
somebody else is filled in.
I know who that is too. And good for him to get here, one of the official leaders in the area. Same result though, right up the middle. Higgins runs away from people, arm tackles. He's still getting hung on.
Wow.
And a race for about a 32-yard gain on the first handoff. Lambkins have got to quit hitting around the shoulder pads.
Yeah, I mean, if they haven't figured that out, that's not going to bring that young man down.
No, he's too fast, and he's just shedding those tackles right and left. I mean, as a good tackle on the rundown from behind, but
that's 33 yards down the field. That's not the kind of tackles you want.
Yeah, you don't want to make them there. Trips to the top of your screen. Harris still in. Fakes the ball, got the man over the middle. This is a short little pop pass. Linebackers have got to step up and honor that, and you just throw a little quick skinny post there. Hits number 3. I believe that's Gutierrez. It is.
Well, football is a simple game if you execute, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. And well, like I say, they're running the ball so well, the linebackers have got to honor the fake to Higgins. Snap again. Harris tries to take off and run. He's going to get a couple 3 yards out of it. Harris has got 4 TDs passing and throwing at a 60% clip, Randy, so he's a pretty decent substitute, but, as you said it before, however you get the ball in Higgins' hands is whatever you do, he does well with it.
Well, very, very Fort Collins-like. It's like just get the guy who's the good players the ball.
Yep.
I don't care where you got to line him up. Just.
Yep. Nice job that time by Schulman and Cadlick along with numbers 26 Shea getting up there and stopping that run by Higgins. He really got to the point of attack and stopped it. 3rd and about 9 now.
One of the few times that he's
bottled up.
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten first down runs almost every time he's touched the ball.
High snap taken. Got a man right down to the middle. It's Gutierrez again, very much like Leone. He's about 6'3". He stands above everybody else out there. He might be taller than that, but.
And a wide margin of error for that pass, too, because there's nobody in front of him between him and the quarterback playing pitch and catch.
Yep. The linebackers have got to honor that run. They're up a little tight, and Harris did a nice job of putting it on the spot. And one thing for quarterbacks out there, sometimes you don't have to have the biggest arm in the world if you get it out of your hands. Make that throw on a time. 1st and 10 Falcons now on the 20. Higgins runs to his right, steps upfield.
He's an old school player, isn't he?
Yeah,
I mean,
really
he kind
is.
of reminds you like a Paul Horning or something.
Yep.
It's like
same number.
Whatever I need to do. Do I need to pass it? Do I need to run it?
Just tell me where to go, Coach. Coach's dream.
He's an old school player, man.
And he was tackled by another one, too, just like that. Michael Cadlick there, the captain for the Lambkins. Good job of coming up and securing the tackle. Gain of about 4, though. Fake the ball again. Is going to be a run there for Harris. He's looking downfield. He is going to throw it. And he had choice of 2 guys.
He couldn't decide. And
yeah. Well, if you look, Harris has got a pretty good-sized knee brace on. And you could tell he just doesn't move that well with it. But he had a choice down there, and if he'd looked over Kyle West, number 4, just sliding out the outside, he could have lobbed over the top to him because he was all alone. He did see his receiver in the end zone. So 3rd and 6 now, big stop attempt here for the Lambkins. Don't know if they've got the kicking game to want to try a field goal like this long. We've got a timeout taken on the field by the Lambkins here, so they trail 21-15 with about 3:33 left here in the half. We'll be back after this message.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
And we're back here with pleasant afternoon. Mr. David Haase, Randy McCoy here with you. Stream It Sports.
Brian Roxbury on camera. Great afternoon here. You can see the shadows are getting pretty long coming out of that southwest. But a big 3rd down play, 3rd and 6 now. They need to get inside the 10-yard line. Lambkins need to stop. Another high snap. Higgins is going to run right up the middle. First down easily.
And
runs right by the tackle downfield. And
I'm sorry, but Higgins at the quarterback, what did you think he was going to run?
Yeah.
I mean, he didn't even get touched.
No, you're right. Great job on the left side of that line. They really had a play call there that worked, and he just jogged into the end zone. He's a very elusive runner.
What was the play? It was quarterback get the ball, run to the left.
That was pretty much what it was. He took off down the side there, and it was just the DB came up to make a tackle, but there's all that green around you. That's open field tackles are very difficult to do.
Wow.
High snap. That was pretty cool.
I'm sorry.
That was pretty cool.
Was it good?
No, it sailed out the left though. But that the
that's
slow
one
motion.
thing Higgins can't. Was that Higgins that kicked that?
That's another number 5.
Okay.
Because I don't think that could have been him.
Well, whoever it was, good effort.
Well, the snap was high.
Not quite as smooth as you could do.
But the holder had to. Now, just give me a second here. Keep a straight face. Because that's one of those football follies. You've seen them in the NFL. They happen at every level, of course. But the snap was high. The holder, he had to get both knees off the ground.
Yeah.
And to the presence of mind to try to go put it back on the tee. But then the motion of the kicker, he was already going forward.
So he
committed.
Stop. Yeah.
And he just kind of swung his leg, and it almost came off like a football punt because it almost had a spiral in it. And caromed off to the left, and it was no good. Let's just stop at that.
Yeah, it was. It's a pleasant play, but it didn't count for a point.
No, and that's well, it gives a chance for the Lambkins to get a point back there. That just makes it 27, so they're down by 12. But that was you couldn't do that if you tried 5 more times. Yeah, there's that timing in the PAT and in a field goal is all. I mean, there's just you can't disrupt that at all. I mean, the credit to Holder for trying to get that back down there, and these are high school kids. They don't have hours and hours of practice at that. Grohl again just kind of stubs it downfield, little bunt kick, not a chance for a big return. They hope, but they're going to bring it out near the 40.
Don't tell him that. 17, was that who that was, or
trying to pick up that number?
17.
Kind of thinking it was 47, but I'm not seeing a 7 on there.
17.
Yeah, and I'm trying to look for that young man's number because he's not on any roster I've got. I've got 2 of them, and he's not on either, but he did a nice job.
Don't tell him he's not running it back.
That's right, because he did, and then he gained about 10, took it out past the 35. So Lambkins offense back. Need to answer. Sweep, fake. Erickson downfield, plus yardage, and about 16 in across the midfield into the Falcon territory.
That's a great fake.
Plenty of time, 3:14 left in the half.
Yeah, I would say that the final score of this game is not going to be 27-15. So.
Well, we've been playing. Its kickoff was an hour ago, and it's still 3 minutes left. Long handoff outside the stretch to McGraw. Goes around the outside tackle by Grohl, but not after picking up about 13 yards. Turning into one of the old whack shootout type games. We've already got a 42 points in the first half scored, and the Lambkins are driving. It is senior night in the afternoon game for the Lambkins. 12 seniors on this team. Stretch play again to McGraw, cuts it upfield, nice move. Ball's on the ground, it's going to be picked up by, the Falcons did get it. Just got punched out, and Grohl came up on the tackle there. You can just see that arm drive through, and that stops the drive for the Lambkins. And worse yet, puts their defense back on the field to a red-hot Higgins with the football in his hands. This is a pretty important stop they're going to need to get here, don't you think?
Yeah, they've got to figure out a way to get a 3 and out here. They just haven't been able to even come close.
Harris back at quarterback. Trips to the top. Long count here. Fakes it. Higgins got the man on the post. And just a nice break on the ball by Colby Shade from the backside. Knocks it down.
If you're the Fort Collins defense, there's 3 plays so far in the Skyline.
Yeah, and
4 plays, I guess.
They've hurt you the most, yeah.
The screen, the bubble screen out there.
Well, they haven't thrown. I don't think they've thrown it this quarter. I mean, they opened up with that for sure. Now Higgins back at quarterback. Fakes the give, tries to step up field, draws a lot of attention from the Lambkins that time. Got around him pretty good, under 2.5 to play, clock running. Pedersen on the tackle. Lambkins number 56, though, Kyle Schumann, the captain, is kind of coming up a little gimpy. I don't think you could make him get off the field. It's that time of year where everybody's got something dinged up, and you just got to be out there if you can. Lambkins are out of sorts here. They're not, their defense wasn't set up there. Higgins running around the inside, dodges a couple of tacklers. I think it was a defensive set they're going to stunt out of, and so I thought they had 3 guys out here covering 2, and that's going to leave a gap somewhere. Need to get a player in there. Now they do. And before that all happened, Coach Rice calls timeout just to make sure he's got his guys set. You don't want to give up a 4th and short and make it a touchdown here at the end of the first half. So timeout here in the field. Minute 45 left in the half. 27-15, Lambkins trail.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. the Corolla. Toyota, let's go places.
You're right.
So we're back here talking about the doubleheader tonight. You'll be able to log off and come back on Stream It Sports for the second game at 7 o'clock, Fossil Ridge and Denver East.
Timeout that taken, now 4th and short. Kind of interesting here that they would put something in motion. I think they're just trying to see if the Lambkins will take the cheese, as it were.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, he just ran 8 or 10 yards for a touchdown on just a...
Yeah, but if you don't get it here, you're minute 45 on your side of the field. That's a pretty gutsy play. They're doing everything they can to get them to jump off sides, and it's not happening. So timeout taken now by the Falcons. So that was just an elaborate ruse, and I think it didn't, obviously, nice job by the Lambkins defense not to take the bait.
So we'll be back after this.
Back here now, 4th down, still back under center. Harris has got to get a mouth guard in, not a legal play in high school if you don't. Quarterback just waiting it out. Actually, they're going to try to run the play. It's a sneak, and he gets through. Tell you what, that was a pretty gutsy call by the coaching staff over there. Coach Silva and his guys, they're a lot of confidence in their front line, don't they?
Yeah, I mean,
because with a minute and a half left, and you go for it on 4th and 1 on your side of the field. Higgins back now again, just going to take the snap and run. This Wildcat runs right through the middle of the field, outruns a couple of tacklers. It's a foot race now to the corner of the end zone, Randy. And he just stiff arms his carrier, and he gets there. I think they're going to call it out at the 1. I got one official saying touchdown. The back judge says touchdown. So the first down after the first down takes it to the house. And like you said,
they calling that a touchdown?
Yeah, it is. It's in. I couldn't tell if the side judge, he didn't signal stepping out of bounds. He didn't wave to stop the clock at all. So Higgins has probably got about 125, 30 yards so far this half. And the that was just, I mean, you said there was no subject. That was just backyard football. Snapped it to him, and he picked a side to run. Better snap this time. Kick is down and up, and it's end over end the front way. It got through. And it is Higgins kicking. I wonder if they let him drive the bus or they make him drive the bus, because he's doing everything else.
Say that's an old school player there.
Well, if you don't have someone who's a dedicated kicker, a lot of times in high school you will have just go get one of your good athletes and say, okay, you're going to kick. So 34-15.
And no, folks, we're not late in the fourth quarter.
No, we're not.
Haven't even hit halftime yet.
Yeah, there's a minute 15 left. And surprisingly, the Lambkins are, like I said, what an offense. You can tell why they're 6-1. We might have been doubting it before, but we certainly can't do that anymore. And talking with John Yunt, who writes and covers Skyline down in Boulder County, and he just said that their RPI is not that high because some of their victories haven't been against teams with great records. But after 7 or 8 games, you start to establish yourself, and they're showing it now, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
So Grohl with a kick again, and they're just punch it downfield. It's going to be caught at the 32. It's a good job of just taking a straight up field. Number 34 for the Lambkins on the carry. Just a good job by Jace Whitey. Whitey, actually, I think I just been corrected. But, he's got they're not even trying to take it downfield. They're trying to keep the long touchdown run. You don't get a lot of emphasis of speed there. You kick it to one of your up backs, but you give up a lot of field position. The ball on the 41.
So the last 2 touchdowns for Skyline have just been quarterback get the ball and run over the guard.
Yeah. Go play football. Go make a move. So 1:04 left here in the first half. Sling the outside. Leone catches that field. I think he just tripped. I hope he's not hurt. Okay, good, because he went down kind of awkwardly there. And, once in a while, it's just the turf monster because he had a lot of room. Glad that wasn't worse. So gain about 5 there. Not so much the yardage. There's running out of time. Under 50 to play now. Erickson looks in the long out this time. Throws it over the top. Just a little too far in front of Lang. So the shadow lengthening across the field here by the third quarter, Randy. This big tree behind the stands here on the west side is going to block off about a third of the field. Lang out of quick little out pattern. Nice job. Leone catches it, gets right out of bounds. They stop the clock. First down yardage. 36 seconds left. Or that might be a 38.
Jake Leone is certainly positioning himself to play on Saturday, isn't he?
Yeah, he's got the frame for it, doesn't he? Quick stop on the outside here again. Lambkins hit the receiver. He does get out of bounds. Smartly so. He was leaning forward. Number 8, he just caught the ball. He looked at Antonio Burgos. He looked like he was going to try to take it upfield, and the DB was trying to hold him, but he does get the ball out and stops the clock. So 33 seconds. Plenty of time with this short game. Look out there on your screen. You see the defensive backs for Skyline are well off the ball, about 10 yards in depth. Going to be a procedure penalty on the outside. Leone was just pretty anxious to get going and flexed. Head linesman on the far side called it. Well, yeah, it's 5 yards, and the clock stays stopped, so it's not that big a deal right now, but you still got to get it downfield.
Like 31 seconds?
That's what I'm going with. Burgos top of your screen. Leone in the slot. Erickson's looking for him, has to look away, rolls out. He's got a lot of room on the sideline. He's just going to try to get to the edge. Big block by Burgos downfield. And they're going to call that.
I think it was incidental, huh?
Well, he's a good hit. He wasn't a cheap shot either. He didn't go head hunting. He's not a tall player, and he hit the guy in the shoulder pads, and his head. I could see his head go across. Don't like that call. Not my decision.
It was a penalty anyway.
Yeah, that's going to be the. I didn't see the referee's call. Sorry.
Obviously a holding.
They marked it off. Going to ask about that one because they marked it off right where that block was. There's only 2 players out there. One was Erickson running the ball, and the other was the receiver making the block, and he got his head across the bow. And you can go head hunting in that sort of way too, and he didn't at all. I mean, it's just like it wasn't like he decleated the guy. And he just saw feet flying. You got sometimes love to play football. Screen pass coming here on the outside. Burgos catches it, turns upfield, got to step on the outside. There's Grohl, though, and he's going to take him. Now, that's going to be one of those calls where you got to be really careful. Burgos had a nice catch, but you lift somebody up like that, and he's got his bell rung.
Well, that would certainly knock the wind out of you, but
yeah. Getting some editorials from the crowd. I hope that didn't come through over the field mic. But
well, something did.
Now we have a flag thrown, and I'm hoping it's just a sideline warning. Nope, it's not. You can see the penalty being marked off against the Lambkins. It's going to be a 15-yarder on sportsmanlike conduct.
There's so much gray now that didn't used to be, and so it's, if you don't if you don't call that stuff all the time, then it just leaves doubt as to.
Well, and I've been complimenting Grohl the whole first half, and he's a good football player. He's made a lot of good tackles. But that time he picked the kid up and basically spun him and threw him down, and you just can't do that. And I'm sure that his coaches just talked to him there too. I mean, he had a great tackle, wrapped up, and a strong player, but that can get somebody hurt.
But he didn't get called for it either.
No, and I think that's what ended up being the penalty drawn by the Lambkins there. So it's 3rd and forever right now, and they've only got 12 seconds left. I mean, you can try to take it downfield, but that makes it a long, long ways. Erickson fires. He's got a man out. He's going to be picked off. Actually, it goes through the defender's hands, almost lands in Burgos' hands, and he would have been tackled, but he would have been right at the first down marker. Gutierrez, I think it was that Gutierrez out there. I think it was number 3. Back, no, it wasn't him. He's down by he's the end, but that player that was on the edge down there, he saw it coming. It was an easy pick, and it just you know that feeling when you have the easy one. He's already looking to go the other way. So that was number 6 for Skyline. I'm going to say he was waiting for the throw. That just didn't have enough on it. Tristan Balfour, and it almost turned into a broken play success. So last play of the half coming here. Erickson tried to scramble away, heads up field. Gains a couple yards, still moving around. Just one of those just needs to go down now. I don't let somebody take a shot at you. So as time runs out here in the first half, Lambkins, kind of a back and forth effort, had some moments in the second quarter, but they still trail. A very hot offense from the Falcons from Skyline, 34-15. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Easy.
It was easy. Easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship, and I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Brother Warren Catholic, Sisters Devin and Ava. Well done, Michael. Next up, number 5, your quarterback, Jonathan Erickson. He's being at midfield by his father, Ray Krankowski, and his brother, Brandon. Next up, number 8, Antonio Burgos. He's being met midfield by his parents, Heather and Luis, and his sister, Annalicia. Way to go, Burgos family. Next up, number 12, Mr. Corey Lang. Corey's being met by parents Craig and Pam Lang, his sister Nicole, his grandparents Belva McClary, and Al and Jan Lang. Thanks, Lang family. We appreciate all you do. Next up, number 24, Mr. Brendan Garcia. For Brendan today, it's Sandy and Bob Garcia. In the stands is his sister Kendra, his niece and nephew Sophie and Alex, Papa Jerry Dolph, and grandparents Robert and Diana Garcia. What a crew! Next senior to be honored is number 28, Mr. Cameron Turman. Meeting him on the field this afternoon is mom Cheryl Dutro, his stepfather Jeff Dutro, and his sister Kelly. Thanks, Turman. Next up to be honored is number 41, Mr. Connor McGraw. He's being met midfield by his parents, Dennis and Danielle. Thanks, McGraw family, for all your hard work. Next senior to be honored is number 45, Mr. Eli McCoy. Eli is presenting flowers to family Tori and Jen McCoy, his sister Priory, and his grandma Carol Neal. Next senior to be honored is number 51, Michael Scarberry. He's being met midfield by his parents, Tim and Michelle. All right, next up to be honored is number 56, Kyle Schulman. He's being met at midfield by his parents, David and Melissa Schulman, and his sister, Emma. Congratulations, Schulman. Our next senior honoree is number 59, Mr. Tanner Orth. Tanner is being met by his parents, Jim and Susan Orth, his brother, former Lambkin Austin Orth, Grandma Westerman and Grandma Orth. And today is Tanner's 18th birthday. Happy birthday, Tanner! Our next senior honoree and final football player is number 84, Nick Robb. Meeting Nick is his dad, Phil, and his grandpa, Jack. And wishing she was here is his sister, Priya. Time to honor those trainers, man. Their work is never done. First up, Miss Parker Humble. She's being met midfield by her parents, Jason and Linda Humble, and her brother, Patrick. Way to go, Humble clan. We sure do love ya. Next up, trainer Maggie Rittner. Maggie's being met midfield by her grandparents, Dick and Pauline Rittner, and her beloved sister, Sammy. Hug it out, Rittners. Way to go. Our final trainer to be honored this evening is Miss Kaylee Shaw. Kaylee's being met midfield by her parents, Tim and Casey Shaw. We're so grateful for all the work all the trainers do under the watchful eye of Miss Kim. Thank you so much. Our last honorees of the afternoon are going to be our beloved cheerleaders. First up is Miss Jasmine Breckheisen. Jasmine is being met in midfield by parents David and Dina, her brother Jack, and her sister Jenna. Talk about the never-ending season. Thanks, Breckheisen family. Our next honoree is Miss Bella Cordova. Bella is being met midfield by her mother, Gigi Cordova, Lambkin, and by her grandmother. Her grandma was Lambkin Queen of 1956, Miss Dorothy Godinez. That's 3 generations of Lambkins right there, folks. Congratulations. Next up, Miss Peyton Harp. Peyton's being met midfield by Chris and Amy Harp and her sister Ashley. Thanks so much, Harp family. We really appreciate you. Our final senior honoree for this afternoon is Miss Jazz Ross. She's being met midfield by her mother, Melissa Cody. We are so grateful to all of our beloved seniors and their families. We know how many hours and days and weeks you've contributed to not only football, but to cheer and to training. Big hand for all of our seniors and their parents, please.
Honestly, the experience here at Pedersen sold me. Quick, easy.
It was easy, easy process.
Super easy.
It's just as easy as could be. My name is Sonny Lubick, and I've been a customer of Pedersen's for over 25 years. After a while, you're not a customer anymore, you're family. They really build up a relationship. And I think probably the thing that keeps me coming back the most is their service is easy. It's too easy, in fact.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
Wherever it is you want to go, all you need to see is the next 200 feet. That's how life unfolds. A leap of faith. Even if you can't see it, your destination is out there. So just keep going, and you'll get there. 200 feet at a time. The Corolla. Toyota. Let's go places.
So we're at halftime here, getting ready to start the second half. Skyline ahead of Fort Collins, 34-15. And Mr. Nate Higgins has had a good season in the first half. 202 yards rushing, 129 yards passing.
It's a fair 2 quarters worth of work.
Over 330 yards total offense for the young man.
Pretty stout.
That is as good of probably as good a first half performance as we've seen here on any of our maybe that I've ever seen in any.
Statistically amazing, yes.
And again, there's been no tomfoolery. That's been just quarterback up the middle right, quarterback up the middle left.
He certainly runs the ball well. Lambkins just got to start tackling or get those numbers on numbers because they're reaching right now and he's sliding through shoulder pads and the effort's there. They're just not getting the form tackle made. They do get the ball here to start the third quarter, so a chance to get on the board early. They need to stop them. They got 3 touchdowns down. So Grohl stub kicks it again, taking it to the 36-yard line, head straight up field. You know, they just sacrifice field position completely. I mean, and if you're going to go very far in pretty much any level, Randy, the kicking game has got to be part of it. And right now, if you're going to keep giving up that much yardage, I mean, that's super. You'd be glad to start everything off near the 35 or better. I mean, 15 points is not a terrible first half. I think a little below what the Lambkins can achieve, but nowhere near they got to get done. Flip pass out here to Lang. Went and swing pass from Erickson. Gets up field, gains about 4. Nice tackle by Gutierrez there. Gutierrez covers some pretty good ground, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. He's been all over the place.
Yeah, good receiver also. So a little bit of urgency there, getting back to the line pretty quickly. I think you're going to have to do that this whole half. Straight isolation play up the middle, fold the fullback. Going to get near the 50-yard line, so leave it 3 yards short of the yard to gain.
Well, it's simple math. You know, if it takes you 6 minutes to score, and then you can't stop the other team, you know, so it's really got to start on the defensive end.
Well, I don't think they can afford to trade touchdowns at all.
No.
Not even one. They've not shown the stretching the field ability that the Falcons have so far here in this afternoon. Beautiful day here at French Field. Diamond formation. Erickson takes around the left side. Past the first down markers.
Another big milestone. I'm not sure how many receptions Leone had, but he's approaching 60 for the year, which is
that's a big number for high school.
That's a big number. 60 receptions. We saw.
Yeah, that's a really big number. First
Chase
10
Dixon last night, he had 53 coming into that game. So we've seen some fine players this year on this French field.
A couple more coming up next week too. Poudre gets to finally get a home game. They've been gone a few weeks. They're going to do it though. They got to play Valor Christian.
Yeah. Well,
Erickson just has to fire on the run. He's going to throw it out of bounds. Probably a pretty good throw. He had pressure. Didn't want to take a long set, just to get tackled 15 yards downfield.
Yeah, we've next Friday night, Valor Christian is here and take on Poudre, and part of the restructuring of the 5A conferences has given us a look at some different teams this year than we normally see, and Valor Christian, of course, has a big name quarterback.
Young man you might have heard of named McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Going to the University of Michigan. Erickson back to throw, fires the outside. He's got his man. Nice job hitting Jackson Shore past the sticks. Shore did a good job of breaking off his route, Randy, and just sat down there. And if he could have kept his feet, he had room to go because he had separation, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
So Lambkins on the move. Need to have some quick scores, though. You just kind of got to get back in this. You're down 19 points.
Yeah, you can't just lull and, again, 3 6-minute drives is not going to help you here.
Trying to look for the flat here underneath. Hits the screen. He's got a man
downfield.
Way to set it up this time. He's going forward as he took it that time. It just moves it down. Jackson Shore again. They've tried to run that several times with the aggressive linebacking play they do have in front of them. That's a great call, and that was executed perfectly. So 1st and 10, Collins at the 13-yard line of the Falcons. Nice drive to start the second half. Erickson rolls to his left. He's got the edge if he wants it. And I don't know if Shore actually could see the ball coming that time. I think he spun around with the sun in his eyes because he threw it to the outside of him, but he wasn't ready, was he?
No, and it almost looks like Erickson just threw it away.
I think you're right. So you got the only person to take a chance at it, but he could have ran for 5 or 6 of those yards without even being touched.
Being attacked in here by ladybugs.
Yeah, it's that time of year where these open windows attract every kind of flying insect there could be. Erickson rolls again to his left, has to step, throw back, got it easy walk-in touchdown. Nobody near him. Well, the 2 closest guys to him were the offensive linemen out in front of him. They had nobody to block.
That was too easy.
Well, and the play calling there was certainly good, execution better, and it sure looked like that. The Fire's right now not back in the Falcons. So a quick little march downfield, PAT pending.
Yeah, and again, the thing the Falcons have to realize is, your record isn't in halves. It's got to play a whole.
All 4 quarters. Shade now up for the PAT. Hold by Erickson, kick is up, and good. So in less than 3 minutes, the Lambkins do drive it down. Nice, efficient drive, throwing and catching. Touchdown by Leone from Erickson.
I'm not sure how you can let Leone be out there in the flat with nobody around him. I mean, he's probably a top receiver in 4A, if not one of the top.
Very close to it. Well, and right now in this field,
there wasn't anybody even.
If you got the white jerseys on across the way, you've got to find him on every play.
Yeah.
That's probably 5, 6 catches already.
Oh, at least. We'll probably get that from our crack staff.
We'll get a report made. Bit of a breeze into the Lambkins face here, so just a beautiful day here to play. But as we talked about earlier, about a third of this field covered in shade now by the big cottonwoods behind the stands here on the west side. Nice job of attendance across the way by the Silver Creek folks, having to get off their interstate and get here early enough, get off work early, get out of school early. They got a couple dozen students there too. Plenty to cheer about.
One of these times they're going to do it.
Well, if you don't after a bit, you're just trying to get them to complacent for a second there, but certainly they've got everybody lined up. I still like the pooch kicks if you can get it up in the air enough, and they just go ahead and did it.
And he got it.
He got
easy. Wasn't even.
They ran away from it. You know what, though? The side judge is coming up saying he touched it early. I thought it was awful close, but he didn't throw a flag.
Yeah, he was.
Because the side judge ran up here. He gave up the position on it. I think he's going to talk to him. I think he's going to tell him they touched it. Now he's going to place it. So they're actually saying to place it there, that means that the Falcons team, somebody had to touch it first. I don't know how that works, because if you touched it first, the ball didn't bounce backwards. It went forward, and he ended up
Well, it's Falcons' ball. It's not Fort Collins, so.
Yeah, you're right. So they did touch it first. So I just didn't. I didn't see the call. So my eyes were right. I just didn't see them make the call. And now you got Higgins back out there. Just a hair early on the grab because he had room, didn't he?
Yeah, it was right there for him.
Higgins on the carry, tries the middle, swallowed up nicely by the middle of the defense. Nice job out there that time. Guys getting underneath, and you just got to start winning the battle up front, closing down those holes. Let those linebackers go get the ball. So 2nd and 8 now. Falcons high snap, good to Higgins again. We're going to have a penalty flag. Almost got a strip there. Stephen Brewer-Bauman almost got that arm from Higgins as he went by.
I'm so mad at the hackers. I guess there was a hack today and Twitter went down, so a lot of you folks wasn't able to tell you about the game today. So
unsportsmanlike conduct on the Lambkins.
Wow.
So it must have been and I just say I didn't look over and catch the referee at the time. You had me so intrigued there with the Twitter crash.
Well, I know that only late breaking news here.
That's right. Stay on top of us. We'll bring it to you. 8:40 left here in the third. 22-34. The Lambkins take the initial drive in the second half and get the touchdown. The pass to Leone from Erickson. So far have not tried to execute the onside kick. They had it, just touched it about a foot too early. So a huge field position grab there for a pretty hot offense from the first half. Snap, throws out on the outside. This time it's not going to be anywhere. And I tell you what, that was going to go nowhere either. Great break on the ball by Shea Wind out there.
They're fortunate that he underthrew it.
Yeah.
He'd have thrown that up. That could have been pick 6. So Jake Leone today has 10 receptions for 87 yards, 2 touchdowns.
That'll add to the stats. It's another athlete out here who had a good game in the first half. Yeah, you could tell that ball just didn't have much on it. It needs to get out of the hands and the quarterback there. That time Harris didn't flip his feet and couldn't get much on it. Not enough pace to make the throw. Fake gives it off to Higgins. They're just now they're rightly keying on him. And I almost look to say it's like, okay, we're going to put you back to snap it and either step up and run or throw it. 3rd and 10 now.
Well, I would say after 200 yards, an adjustment.
He might be tired.
Might be in order.
Trips the top side. Local announcer for the Lambkins. Trying to get a little excitement here on the sideline.
4:52 local time.
They're going to have a timeout taken over there. A lot of him and Hahn. The 5 count was started down there. So Coach Silva says, I'll take a timeout now. Let's make sure we keep the field position. So timeout on the field, leading 34-22. The Falcons will talk it over. We'll be right back.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads. Who wants
Go
more?
away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Shave selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No. No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
So we're back here now. 3rd and 10 for Skyline.
Big play here, chance for the Lambkins to get off the field on defense. So the game is certainly not without reach with that offense, but you've got to get your stops. Snap to Harris, gives the ball again, pulls it out, runs the outside, and just really nowhere to go. I'm not going to be his play. Whitey came up for the stop, just nice job of stuffing him in there, and he just slid to the ground.
4 down territory, I would imagine.
Yeah. I think partially that knee brace that Harris wears, I think that just limits him. He can't cut as well. Motion again now. You got to look at some way you're going to get Higgins the ball. Right over the middle, nobody on the crossing route. Easy first down yardage down inside the 20 to the 15. It was a pick play that actually there's no one to pick. They just did a crossing route underneath the linebackers, and Harris just stood there and had an easy 5-yard toss. Shade on the tackle at the time, but the catch by West, Randy, hardest thing about that was looking back into the sun.
I think he was shocked how open he was.
Higgins on the carry, dives forward across the 15. Lambkins doing a good job of knowing that if he's going forward, even involved in the fake, you kind of got to go there. He's by far your running threat in that backfield.
Has not been as effective as a running back as he has been as a running quarterback.
Yeah.
And so we'll see.
The other threat, we'll see if they stay with it. Give it to him again right up the middle. Just put his shoulder in there. But now the Lambkins are starting to make some adjustments. Coach Rice, and they just said, okay, we're not going to let them block us the same way. Because right now that front four, the guys up there up front are doing a great job of sealing off that A gap. And you see Schulman and Pedersen and Van Orden, or the rest of the guys that are down there. They're making a nice stop right in the middle of the line. Receiver on the near sideline, anxious to get going. So they'll take it 3rd and 8 to make it 3rd and 13.
5-yard penalty goes against Skyline.
You can feel the momentum switching here, even though Skyline has driven the ball down to the.
Got it down there, bring it up 3rd and 13. They want to take advantage of it with another timeout. That's burning 2 timeouts here early in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Stream It Sports. So we're back here, big 3rd down play. Lambkins need to keep them outside the 7-yard line, maybe force a field goal attempt, but big play to get a chance to get their offense back on the field and narrow down that lead. Harris back to throw, looks, he's flushed outside, he's going to go down. And what a great job that time on the outside. The sack's going to be made. I think number 56 for the Lambkins, got up underneath Randy, got the sack on the pressure, but that's Schulman, the captain, but the outside right end, which I think that, it was Van Orden. He did a great job of not letting Harris get outside. He had the outside leverage on that tackle and flushed him right back underneath to the tacklers. So they're going to go for it, 4th and 20 or so. Got to get inside the 7-yard line, as I said before. Going to try the fade pattern. He's got a man down here in the corner, and it's caught. Oh, a touchdown.
Wow. Talk about a backbreaker.
Yeah, you really let out of jail. There's only one receiver on this side of the field, and the corner and the safety just didn't get to the play in time, and Harris threw a really nice ball on the outside shoulder and a very good catch. I mean, that was over the shoulder, running away, say hey Willie Mays, and got 2 steps down and got it to the end zone.
Who was on the catch, did you see?
I think it was number 21 because he's been down on this side the whole time, and it was Braden Cram. We'll confirm it, but that was a really good throw and catch. When but the throw back in the extra point, Higgins kicks it up there. Number 2, the holder again, Zeitlo, got off the ground and caught it and just squatted back down and put it on the tee. And they have an interesting way of getting it done, but it still looks like a line drive in the
And we see in the bottom of your screen there's a Lambkins sighting down there.
Yeah, we do.
So, Brian, if you want to.
Well, at 41-22, he's not had a really good afternoon to cheer, but he's got a chance to bring him back. It.
Actually, I think it's.
I don't know.
The last time I saw it was a young lady under there. So.
All right. Well, whomever is manning the costume today. How about we just go with number 95?
41-22 our score.
Thanks for getting away from that. Missed the Purple Regiment today, too.
Yeah, not.
Wish the band could have been here. Pep up this place. It's still tough playing a 3 o'clock game in the Friday afternoon. Got another kicker out there now. I think that's Gutierrez going to be kicking.
Yeah, the field position, they've been kind of default giving up the field position game. It hasn't hurt them so far because they're ahead by 19 points.
If you score every time, I guess it's not bad, but you've got to take it downfield. You can't go very far in the playoffs. I mean, the Lambkins are 2-5, and it's not the year they wanted. And that didn't fare much better, taking it to the 27-yard line. Connor McGraw kicks the outside out across the 35, 37-yard line.
Well, to me, what they're kicking it off like they've got this deep threat who can take it back every single time, and I'm not sure Fort Collins has proven.
Well, and Cadlett's a good returner, but they've not. There might be some, but you're giving up 20 to 25 yards just by fiat. You're saying we're doing it. Yeah, we're so happy with what we can do on defense. We're not even going to try to improve our kicking game, and they need to find somebody who'll try to advance it downfield. I don't think they kicked at the 20-yard line the last 4 times. Erickson on the quarterback keeper up across the 40. 5:09 to play here in the third. Lambkins down by 19. They cannot afford to keep trading touchdowns.
Thought they had him stopped last series, and great play by quarterback and receiver.
4th and 22, and they got out of jail. Counter play to the left side. McGraw heads up field. But we've seen, and there's two flags in the same spot in the backfield, and you know what that's going to mean. That's going to be a spot foul holding call. Referee's not wasting any time. That's part of the reason I've missed him a few times. He gets over there, and I think the first half lasted an hour 20 minutes. I think he wants to move it along.
Yeah, he's not coming over to the middle. Wherever he's at, that's where he's calling.
Yeah, dinner's getting cold.
Well, they're not eating dinner either because they've got 2.
Oh, that's right. It's like, okay.
They're having the same thing for dinner we're having.
Yeah. Whoever wants to deliver. So if you're out there and you've got a delivery service,
yes,
you'd like to get a free plug. Erickson on the fake. Brings it upfield. Bouncing off a few guys. Nice job of keeping his legs going. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage.
Well, he wanted to fake, but he couldn't find anybody to fake to.
No, it was kind of disjointed, wasn't it? Does Jimmy John's deliver with those drones, or is that just a commercial?
I think it's just a commercial.
Foiled again. 3rd and 11 now. Lambkins back over the ball. 4:12 left in the third. Strong roll. Give it back to McGraw. Heads up field. He's got the first down yardage and more. A great job of just north-south running.
Well, he's had a nice game. Kind of been overshadowed.
I'll tell you what, I just want to talk a little bit about a little sportsmanship there, but Lambkins, Jonathan Engel, he just pile-drived Grohl and then came back and helped him up. Grohl, pretty aggressive linebacker for the Falcons, had a good game that first half too, but it's a physical game, but you can also help your opponent off the ground. First catch of the second half to Leone, gets downfield, and a pretty good open field tackle by the linebacker 58 who came clear across the field to narrow him down, Alex Ortiz. Otherwise, that would have been a race, wouldn't it?
Well, and, you know, he's kind of he doesn't have blazing speed yet. I don't know if he will get it, but he's still elusive.
Well, he's got a stride, too, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's at 6'3". He gets to that 5 yards of gallop kind of thing, and he's going to be tough to catch if you get it 4 or 5 steps. McGraw gets to the left side, cuts it back in. Tries to take it down, does get near the 35.
52 pulled the ball out. I like that aggressiveness, even though it wasn't a fumble, but it's like, hey, you know, hang on to it all the way because I'm coming after it.
Yeah, just to let you know I'm here. So Lambkins need to get inside the 29-yard line. 3:01 to play.
That's McGrath, Wesley McGrath.
A little bit of urgency there. Jet sweep to McGraw. Has to cut it back inside. Great job by Gutierrez out there, the defensive end.
Well, he stood that blocker up, didn't he?
Yeah, stood him up and kept the outside leverage. McGraw had nowhere to go.
You know, we're going to see one of the good ends in Northern Colorado. Dylan Johnston, this second game, is leading, I think, the area in sacks.
He's got 3.5 sacks. Yeah, I know. Everybody would have bet the year had been on Brady Russell, but Brady Russell, I think, gets all the oxygen in those blocking schemes.
Yeah,
and
Dylan's taking advantage of that.
Yeah,
I think 5.5 or something like that. Or
Erickson fires it downfield on the out. Nope, that went to the ground. Leone's trying to sell it, but didn't quite secure it.
Saw Leone's dad, John, as I went downstairs at halftime.
Got to go for it here. 4th and 7.
And this quarter's actually flown by pretty good. Only 2:18 left.
Yeah. Well, if you get a part of your offense, still going to be a run by the line. Oh, good job picking up the block there. And Leone again just getting worn.
What a catch.
Yeah, he had number 6 for Skyline, just Tristan Balfour all over him. And Erickson just stopped enough, got his feet planted, and just threw a dart.
That's 12 catches for Leone now in this game. I mean, he realistically could get 20 catches this game because, I mean, they're going to be passing.
Well, they may need to. He may have to, I should say. He's down here near sideline. Shore and Lang inside him on the slot. And that time we had a little confusion there. Shore ran down the middle, ran the post, and Erickson threw the out. Lucky that was not picked up by one of the DBs. Now, I think you about got to go to 2 to 3 to 1 pass to run ratio the rest of the game here because you need the clock on your side. If you get a decent run or two, but if you take 35, 40 seconds off the clock between running the play and getting the next play called, you don't have that kind of time. McGraw cuts back against the grain here inside the 15.
You know, and that's a great run in a tie game, and but
gained about 8 yards.
8 yards and giving up 40 seconds for it is.
Yeah, well, they're hustling the line though. They're trying to make sure they get the next play off in time, but the clock still runs. Fullback trap play. Lang just heads it up the middle, does get the first down. That'll stop the clock until the chains are placed at a minute 14.
Ball carrier, number 12, Corey Lang.
Now you're down in the area where you got that possession type receiver like Leone. You want to get a chance to throw the ball high to him, make him just the mismatch you're going to have in his length.
Well, they had a play earlier in the game. I mean, it looked like it came straight out of Sunday. Leone coming across and just graceful and was well covered and didn't matter.
Yeah, that long underneath pattern, just that slow, like you said, slow developing, but it's so tough to follow somebody. One man to beat to the corner. Erickson does. So good ball flake up the middle to McGraw, pulls it back and outside, runs it in for 6. So 54 seconds left here in the third quarter. The Lambkins score, making it 41-28. Got a fan down here, brought their own traffic cone.
Well, and you know what I like about that is that it looked very similar to the play they threw to Leone for the touchdown.
Yeah, it was. No, just the old pullback there. They also got a guard against him. Going to go for 2 for sure. Fossil Ridge fans kind of arriving early. 2-point conversion attempt now. Leone looks back there. He's got him in the far corner. Just an easy throw. The same drag pattern we talked about before. Slowly run against here. Leone lines up, just gets lost in all the hubris that's underneath the coverage and just jogs on out there. And that's just an easy throw.
You see how he caught that ball.
Reaches up with his hands.
There's college coaches just
it's a way to do it.
Clamoring at that just to see a guy with so fundamentally sound in how he catches the ball. And again, he's already got the size.
Thank you.
So 2 points, 41-30 now our score, 54 seconds. So looks like we might have a decent fourth quarter here.
Well, it's now the ball game is going to be won or lost by the defense for the Lambkins. They're moving the ball again. Like you said before, that slow start they had right out of the gate. And credit what Silver Creek, or excuse me, I keep wanting to do that. Skyline did that right away out of the game, and they've kind of held serve on that. It's 11 points. It's a 2-touchdown difference. Onside kick last time should have worked. Just a little anxious on it, and a touch it right before it went.
Missed about half a yard.
Oh yeah, if that. So the wind is just barely an issue now. Kicks can go down about the 5-yard line, returnable. Couple moves, brings out across the 30. He's got the edge. It's going to be a foot race, and it's going to be won by the Falcons.
30, 20, 10.
95-yard return, and that is just a dagger.
Get the number on that.
It'll be easy to pick out. He's going to be the happiest guy.
It's 22, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right there. It's Matthew King. And he showed some pretty good wheels.
25 or 22, I can't.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was Wathan. I think it was Wathan. I think you're right, 25. And
he wasn't touched, I don't think.
He made one little juke to the inside, had the outside. You know, if you just don't stay in your lanes, as we've talked about before, you've got to have the integrity of your coverage kickoff. And they got a gap. But now here's one of the more entertaining plays on the field.
I want to watch this now.
Because the holder's not even putting his knee down. And that was self-defense. Cadlick came across there, blocked it, but I think that was one of those where you need to cover up because that came right at him. I've not seen a holder not take a knee. So in the PAT world, they've not helped themselves. It's 47-30. I guess when you're just playing out score, you put more sixes on the board, the ones don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. And let's talk a little bit about what must be going through Coach Rice's head when he seems to get some momentum back. And I mean, that's 3 huge plays they've given up.
Yeah.
A pick six, an 80-yard screen. I mean, just an out
pass.
Bubble pass should have been a 5-yard gain, and then a kickoff that literally was maybe touched by one person.
Yeah, it's one of those old sayings that he had wet paint on his shoulders. You couldn't have proved that anybody touched him. He showed some pretty serious speed. They've got good team speed. Several kids have made plays. We've had some high-scoring games here at French Field, but right now we're at 77.
We've had 100 this year on one. I forget what game it was, but we had 100.
It's like it reminds you of the old WAC days, the old shootouts with CSU and BYU coming to town. It's last one with the ball. Unfortunately, the Lambkins need to answer a couple times and got to get within striking distance. I mean, we're just saying, okay, with 54 seconds left in the third quarter, they're down, by 11. Well, 14 seconds later in 95 yards, which in football speed, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
it wasn't a straight line, most of it. So Gutierrez again kicks it. Does go out of bounds after being touched by the receiver. So
that
McGraw
worked out
handle
for him. That worked out for him that time.
Yeah, that's about the worst field position the Lambkins have had.
But again, it really doesn't matter because they have not been able to stop Skyline when they've got the ball.
Yeah, just the difference, I think, is that you've gotten out of the gate quicker, and by the time the Lambkins offense kind of got in gear, they're just down. They've been scoring. If you said you come into the game and you got 30 points into the third quarter, you'd be pretty happy, not knowing that you've given up 47. Pistol formation. Little down wheel route coming here on the outside. Eric's trying to find a place to go. He's just got to try to run to get out of the area. Moving it upfield, and a nice job of getting close to about 6-7 yard gain, and smartly gets out of bounds.
He's been, probably the most pleasant surprise of the year in all of our broadcasts, watching Erickson play this year. I mean, just a pleasure to watch. Maybe doesn't have the team around him that they've had in past years, but as far as just watching a football player, he has been a pleasure to watch
his football
this year.
IQ is pretty high. Makes such a difference. Nice block on the outside on Gutierrez. The tackle gives a chance to just a leisurely stroll out there and fires a dart to Leone. I mean, those two are on the same page, aren't they?
I'll tell you what. I mean, don't you think they wish they were in the same grade and had another year together as seniors?
That'd be some pretty prolific numbers.
That's 13 or 14 catches just today for Leone.
I don't know if there's anybody else in the town that's got that many for a season. That's a pretty good number. Shovel pass underneath the Lang, breaks the tackle of one, drives downfield. Good downfield tackle by the safety, but not after about a 14-yard gain. Lambkins on the move again. I mean, once they got warmed up, it's not been a problem, but, that big number in front of them is 17, and they got outscore them. They need 3 touchdowns minimum in a shutout. Fourth quarter, this will be the last play, barring a penalty of the third. Erickson fires it downfield. He's got Shore, puts it on the outside, just not quite enough room for him to gather it in as it goes out of bounds and incomplete. And time does run out. Looking to see if we have a penalty. Everybody's kind of standing around, but no, that's the end of the third. Didn't really get that signal from the official in the wave. So after 3 quarters of play here at French Field, the visiting Skyline Falcons lead the Lambkins from Fort Collins 47-30. We'll be right back.
Who wants more peas?
Go away.
Oh, Daddy hates pop-up ads. Who wants
Go
more?
away.
Hashtag dinner time.
Scroll forward.
Choose selfie. No. Selfie.
Go forward.
Delete selfie.
Go away.
Send picture.
Bookmark. Go away.
No, post photo.
Scroll up. Scroll forward.
Hashtag gravy.
Faster. Go faster.
The First Bank mobile app. Technology has never been so easy.
Start of the fourth quarter now. Fake by Erickson. Looks back. The throwback screen to McGraw's got a man wide open. Guys downfield. It's going to come back. Got a penalty right where the first block was thrown. Going to negate about a 45-yard play, too. Really well set up. There was nobody out there. The kids are coming back. The white hat, he's done calling the play. It's the official call is marked off. So it'll be 1st and 15. It's a spot foul. That'll negate a really good opening play in the fourth quarter there. It took him down inside the 20-yard line. And now another play right away. Offsides encroachment by the Falcons, so the 5 yards come back. Draws a few cheers on this side over here. I think that might be the Bronx cheer. Lambkins has certainly had their share of penalties today. 2 receivers top of the screen. Trying to look for Leone down here. We got a hold on the outside there, too. He's got to fire him. Almost a shoestring catch going out of bounds. Nice throw by Erickson. Erickson does put the ball in the place generally where the receiver's the only one that's got a chance. Well, there was a grab down here. Somebody just tried to grab a jersey, and the side judge, he probably had 20 or 30 guys helping him with the call right behind him.
Our 100-point game was our first game of the year. Poudre and Mountain Vista. Mountain Vista's quarterback's gone on to be one of the best quarterbacks in the
prolific
state.
Numbers. Yeah.
67-37 was that game.
Yeah.
So
how soon I forget.
Don't think we'll hit 67 But,
really? You're going to say that? Lambkins on the drive, though. Second and short after the penalty now. 11:42 in the fourth. Sort of a fake.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's that.
Yeah.
I call that the oh well fake.
And it's one of those where, I mean, it's kind of a slow developing play. And Erickson's in a hurry, and he almost beats the running back to the hole. Well, it's accurate. 11:23 clock running. A lot of time being run off there. Now we're about 18 seconds into the play.
I was going to say, you're better off having a huddle there, I think.
Grohl tries to break out there. Stuff.
Boy,
Good solid hit. Yeah, he
mashed.
was. Yeah, he really was. Grohl came
By
up and
3.
Yeah, he got hit hard. I mean, he's a tough kid, but that was a tough shot there. West had him by the legs, and Grohl coming around, and Grohl is what you want on the inside linebacking spot.
Oh yeah,
he really relishes putting a blow to somebody, and that not a dirty player at all. You know, it's just one of those just tough linebacker.
Well, I think that's who you want playing.
Oh yeah, football. Erickson time to look, sets his feet, fires out there. It's going to be a tip.
And that's 6.
It's going to be an interception.
Unless Erickson can.
He's got 2 guys to block him down there.
There's a block in the back.
Well, he turned his back, though. They won't call that because he turned around. So the tip pass is going to need a bit. And is that Higgins?
Yeah.
And we've got wow. That's a pretty good throw down there in the end zone by the officials on the flag. That flag was about 40 foot in the air. I think they're doing a little celebration.
Or they're just waiting for people to be happy about a touchdown, aren't they?
Well, and I'm just wondering if it's going to be before. It had to be after the touchdown. But that flag was in the air so long, I'm not sure. So
maybe it's from the last play.
Yeah.
Still in the air.
We've seen some impressive arms down here in officials, but I'm wondering if they're going to bring that back out. First thing the referee will show is touchdown if he's actually going to take a stroll on this one.
Yeah, well, they're getting the touchdown.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Go ahead and just go down there and kick it, guys. We'll just finish the call in a minute. There we go. Sideline. So somebody came off the sideline, and
it was declined. So it was on Fort Collins.
Kind of lost me on that one. Either way, just when you say we're not getting to 67, really unfortunate tip pass off the fingertips, bounces into the hands of the defender, who was Higgins, who is now kicking it off the, I don't know if you want to call it a hold, catch, and placement. It's a better way to say it. And up and good.
54-30 our score now. Too bad for Higgins that doesn't get counted as
offensive yards.
Offensive yards.
Well, you know what? It got.
That's counted as all. Is that counted as all-purpose yards?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Desmond Howard got a Heisman over that. So.
No bitterness there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
We want to thank our banner sponsor, GoJo Sports.
Peyton Manning's Heisman.
GoJo Sports has been providing team sporting needs since 1974. Screen printing, embroidery, leather jackets, and more. Your local place to get high school gear. Check out their new location, 1437 Riverside, just down from the Colorado and on the south side of the street. Let our sponsors know how much you appreciate them, helping us bring you live high school football action. Schrader Oil, Pedersen Toyota, and First Bank. So the second pick six, you go 5 or 6 games and not see a pick six. We've seen 2 in one game here.
Yeah,
and they've been long ones. It's not like they've been, 5 yards or down deep in territory. That was a
no.
What was that, 70 yards?
Close to it, and that's just one of those freakish plays because it was, it was tipped, ball up in the air, and Higgins just once again showing his athleticism. He bobbled it and took it and kept his feet and took it on down. Now the kick is going to go down. Now that one bites like a wedge and goes out of bounds, just barely. That's when the coach is saying.
That's probably what they're going for.
Yeah.
So the Collins fans has decided to
cheer for the little things.
Cheer for the little things in life, which is a penalty on the other team.
Well, it's a tough game right now. I mean, it's running into a buzzsaw. Like I said, we had no idea how good 6-1 was coming from Skyline, and right now I can say it's pretty darn good.
Yeah, this is on the road too. We're not sitting here in Longmont. Although
Burgos
the
in
3
motion.
o'clock.
Burgos gets this jet sweep, heads up field, kind of stumbles trying to make his cut, and comes up short of the yard to gain, but a pretty good run. You got to get back on the line now. You've got to have some serious urgency to your game.
Yeah, you're 3 scores down now. That's with a 2-point conversion on each one.
Second and short. Good throw that time. A nice catch by Shore as he goes out of bounds, too. The timing was nice. Erickson does a nice job. He just kind of floats out there, keeps up good pace, and then is ready to deliver the ball. Does a really good job of putting it in a place where only no other player but his receiver is going to have a chance to catch it. And he's got good receivers. That's a nice catch by Shore there. Burgos, and certainly Leon knows that. We know that he's going to catch the ball anywhere near him. Lang's had a couple, too. He'll throw back on the inside. Burgos gets the throw. Steps around one. West is going to get him by the shirt. Oh. It's one of those where you almost take about a half a step slower and let the guy down there in front of him blocking. I think that might have been Shore, trying to block that DB, and the DB was able to jump back around. Actually, I think it was a lineman. He's able to jump around the block and affect the play by getting a handful of jersey. And it didn't get out of bounds either. Clock's running. No, it was. No, it was a first down. He got it, and they already set the chains there. The way the offense has been today, they've had to learn to move over there pretty quick, haven't they? Erickson rolls, tries to fire towards the end zone. That's going to be deep and out of it. There's an adrenaline throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
on the way towards the long jump pits. Showing some pretty good arm strength.
Well, he also made sure there wasn't no interception.
Well, yeah. See in the back of your screen up there in the sunshine, Fossil Ridge is walking in. They're going to be playing Denver East in just a couple hours or less. Snap on first down again. Another throwbacks here. He's got Cadlick out here on the outside. That's a great job by the tackle out here, waiting on the block and not hitting in the back. I'll tell you, sometimes the plays that spring everybody, but Andrew Van Orden, number 70, Randy, sat there and let the defender come to him rather than reaching and hitting him in the back, and so that way you're not moving into him. And nice job by the side judge of not making a play on that, making a call that too. I think that might have been different last night. What do you think?
Yeah, that.
So timeout on the field taken by Skyline. They lead 54-30. You're watching Stream It Sports.
Back here, 54-30 our score. Fort Collins driving again.
Yeah, need to get one in. Then it's definitely onside time. Pistol formation, 2 receivers both sides. McGraw, takes it up the middle. Going to be tackled, struggling forward, going to gain about 4 or 5 inside the 15. But if you're Skyline, you'll let him take 3 and 4 yards at a pop. Clock keeps running.
And again, it's really a moot point if you can't stop. If you can't
Tackle by
stop
Wasson
Skyline.
too for Skyline. Yeah, it's 2 scores on defense, 1 on specials. Erickson steps up, got the outside edge, runs by. He gets run down from behind by Grohl. He saw. Tell you what he did see was Caleb Zeitlo coming across there, the safety, who plays a nice place nice inside-out run support. He would come rolling in there, and Erickson cut behind him, allowing Growl to catch him.
Boy,
Did get inside the first down.
He tackles hard, doesn't
yes,
he, Growl,
does.
man? You feel it when he tackles you.
There's an intent. Plays with an intent. I like that.
Certain players, you know, James Harrison and different people like that, that it's not just going to tackle you.
Screen pass thrown to the top this time to Shore, turns it up. Going to be hit right short of the end zone and drives it in, though. Nice job of getting it across the line, not to be denied.
And Grohl is upset because he didn't get him.
Yeah, he had him, and he let him spin out. So 54-36. Yeah, well, he's leaving it out there. That's for sure. He's not getting cheated. You're getting the effort out of that young man.
That's the epitome of flying around, isn't it?
Yeah.
You hear people talk about flying around, and that is
that's
what
it.
that young man does.
Screen game has actually been quite good today. I think it's the third touchdown in that type of a play. Going for two, obviously. Rolls left. Fires on the out easily. Got just the little underneath there. That's the hardest one to pick up coming out of the backfield, as McGraw did there, and Erickson just hit him right in the numbers between the 4 and the 1. So the onside kick pending now with 7:50 left in the game. 54-38. The lead's been cut to 16. You get the most important touchdown, the first one. Now comes the next, but you got to get the ball back.
Again, you take away the 2 pick sixes, and the
kickoff return. I mean, you've got specials and a pick six and an 80-yard play. I mean, just the big plays today have certainly been the difference.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, they all count. Specials are a big part of the football world, and the ones that do it well make others pay.
The first thing Fort Collins has to do is cover this up, regardless of what they do.
Yeah, it's time for the All-State team out there now.
They kind of need to make sure they know where Mr. Higgins is. If he's even on the field, I don't see him. So
probably over filling water bottles.
Yeah.
Taping somebody's ankle. So the feint there, actually, I very much like the last time. Now spread him back out, but Skyline still keeping the 8 up front. And a great job of just getting right up in front, and then his teammate covers him. That's the way to cover.
Yeah, boy, that's picture perfect, isn't it?
Yep, getting off the ball there. 17, Skylar Baltieres. But it just as important that too, though. After that, Randy 52, Wesley McGrath got right on top of him. Didn't let anybody take a pop at him, while he's trying to secure the ball. Smart play.
And here comes your closer.
Yeah, it might be a steady diet of 5 right or left.
This is the epitome of a closer right here.
Well, went to the
We
pen.
saw it last night in Perez for.
Yep. Yeah, exactly right. For Arvada West. Kind of a cursory fake there. Nice job by the Lambkins. They're not going to buy any of it. Straight up field with the stop. 7:50 under. Now Lambkins have all 3 timeouts left somewhere along the way. You're going to want to take one. You're not going to give up 2 or 3 minutes when you can get it on the back end yourself. You just got to stop them, and that's what the coaches, I'm sure, on their headphones are talking about right now. Where do we take it? Because they're just going to take their time. Now Harris is back in the game.
They thought they might catch lightning in a bottle with Higgins' first down.
Jet sweep.
There's a block in the back.
Kind of a little set there, wasn't it? Yeah. And West just came around. He just ended smartly. What did he do? Didn't try to push the play longer, just went down.
Not sure how they missed that.
Inside the tackle box, I guess, is still corner the edge of the play. But here they're going to take plenty of time off. We're under 7 to play. 2 plays have taken a minute and a half. Coaches are just kind of delaying it. They're looking downfield. The back judge hasn't raised his arm yet. They're going to snap it. Wow, they're going to throw it? And a procedure call. So that's kind of the difference. You're standing around a little bit. You're kind of out of sort. There's just that momentary lapse of concentration ends up in a penalty.
Still 3rd down.
So third and 11. No, third and
about 16.
16.
Got to get down to the 38-yard line. And passing the ball here would be a surprise. There's only one coach over on that sideline calling it compared to the 3 or 4 that the everybody else has got. Just a straight quarterback draw. Guys trying to pull the ball away, not really going anywhere. I not remember the last time the punt game happened for Skyline.
I don't know if they've punted this game, have they?
Yeah, I think just the one time, but it was early in the first quarter after their long first play. Higgins is back to punt. Say the clock is still running, though. I mean, they've not done anything but go backwards on these last 3 plays, but it's been over 2 minutes now taken off the clock, and Lambkins just can't afford that. But you don't have 10 timeouts. You got 3, so you got to pick your spots.
Not the NBA, huh?
No. Clock down, countdown by the back judge, snaps in time. And that's what you'd call a shank. And actually, it's going to be a negative yardage play.
They'd have been better off going for it, huh?
Well, I know one phase of the game that doesn't get a lot of practice down at Skyline. Punting and place kicking. Because you're not doubting Higgins' athletic ability there, but that punt was just a catch and step and
well, they don't punt much. That's
true.
Still, but you still got to have to know how.
You got to have something happen out there. And even the best punter's going to have a shank, but that one was didn't look like something he done much. Oh, nice job, Gutierrez, keeping Erickson in the pocket. Nice job running around. Grohl gets to him, though. There's just nowhere to go, trying to look too far downfield. No receivers came back to him even in that scramble. Everybody was 25, 30 yards away, and he had no way of, no safety valve, did he? So loss of about 11.
Except they only had a loss of 5, so I don't know if there was a forward progress or.
Must have put his knee down.
Yeah.
Roll up the left side, trying a little wheel route. He's got the man open. Fires it in, strike to Leone. I thought he's looking downfield to Shore if he'd have fired that over the top there. I mean, he's got the arm strength to make that gap throw beyond the corner before the safety can get there. So they're actually calling it incomplete.
Yeah, they said he
the one hopper.
Leone tried to sell it, but they weren't buying.
Well, and been a little quiet here in the last couple minutes, but we're under 4.5 to play now, and down by 16. Erickson pulls it back, slips a couple tackles upfield, dragging tacklers, lost his helmet. Yeah, that wasn't intentional. But Grohl reached down there and as he slipped through him, and he just got the back of his helmet with one hand. I could see it pretty cleanly. That helmet really came off pretty easy, too. That's more worrisome to me because it wasn't a contact play. The old sweaty.
And Erickson called his own number on that one.
As we hear.
Automatic first down to the Lambkins.
So not only the 15 yards, but the clock stops, 4.5 minutes to play.
Lambkins fully in this game right now. They can score here in the next play or two.
Plenty of time.
Very interesting.
Yeah, you get a chance. Throwback here, looking, he's firing to the end zone. He's got the long out and a pretty good job of coverage. Leone was there, but
that was just a good football play on both.
Yeah, it really was.
You got to try that. Leone has brought that down many times.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of going to that short side of the field there. Not a lot of room to maneuver.
Yeah, Angel Perez, he may have his own caddy right now. If you just put the spy on a single receiver and just follow Leone around. Screenplay coming, Lang in the middle, almost picked off.
Yeah, when they run that, it's so slow developing.
Yeah, it's a long developing play. You're exactly right.
Although they've run it fairly well a couple of 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's a little like Novocaine. You just got to keep running it. It's got a ball security there, but good recognition that time by a couple of the Falcons. They laid back after they saw the penetration was too easy by the down lineman. 3rd down and 10. Erickson's got the man on the out. Hits Lang, a little tough to control. Doesn't get it in secured, so it's down to the ground.
He
with
wasn't going anywhere
left.
with that anyway.
Yeah,
so.
he's gained about maybe 5 at best.
Might be better off with the clock stop.
So 4th and about right at the 10 yards. 3 incompletions. Erickson looks downfield, looks to his right, fires on the long out. And just a good close on the ball. Shore went up to get it. But a nice hit by the defensive back. He had the sticks made. He was behind him, but didn't get it pulled away. So turnover on downs now. Brings the Skyline Falcons back out, leading 54-38 with 4:02 left. You're watching Stream It Sports. David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Brian Roxbury on camera. Thanks for tuning in. Jet sweep. West on the outside, steps up, goes around and skips a couple tackles. And not exactly what they want to do. I mean, with a big lead, it's not a horrific play, but, you know, go down. Goes out of bounds, stops the clock. Nice job by the Lambkins, too. And as Cadlick, I believe, got him out. Good effort today, but boy, just some of the exciting big plays made by Skyline. Number 5, Higgins, being involved in most of them. Trips to the top of your screen. Higgins goes around the left side of the sweep, cuts up field. Gains about 5 or 6.
Again, stay tuned. We have a second game of our doubleheader tonight. Fossil Ridge, Denver East will start at 7. And you'll need to go out on a different link for that. And so we'll be back with you right after
Not
this
very
contest.
long.
Homecoming,
yeah, homecoming night
for Fossil Ridge. They started this game an hour earlier than last time, and they've needed all that hour.
Higgins takes the handoff, sweeps his right, picks his way upfield, going to be short of the first down. Ball came out. Now Collins is all saying it. I don't see anything coming from the officials. I don't see a raised hand, though, showing the next down either. And they do.
Fumble recovered by Fort Collins High School. Jack Pedersen on the play.
So 3:09, Collins gets the ball back. See if they're able to quick strike a touchdown and 2-point conversion to make this very interesting.
Oh, no, there's plenty of time if something had happened, that's for sure. They just haven't made the something. They got to finish a drive here. Erickson pulls it down, looks upfield, is going to take off running, going to get 6 or 7. Just need to get back up on the line.
Not able to get Leone space right now. Skyline is staying on him.
Well, you know, that's it. Like I said, I would somebody at the line of scrimmage to jam him, and then somebody over the top every play. And that was just a miscommunication, wasn't it? Turned inside when he thought he was turning outside.
Is that Mr. Higgins on him over there?
More than likely.
Yep.
Is
there any surprise?
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to sleep well tonight, just the mileage he's put on this game. So brings up third and a long 4. Need to get down inside the 31. More importantly, need a touchdown. 2:38 left to play in the game. Lambkins trail by 16. Toss left. It's a reverse. Going to be a pass looking downfield, nowhere to go.
Young man needs to get a tighter jersey, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Cadlick was on the carry there, but he didn't get out of bounds. West got a hold of the jersey there. I mean, I just got to run out of bounds. Just have to.
See the Denver East Angels coming in here.
Yep. A couple of large gray line buses. They make the trip up I-25.
Probably left it yesterday to get here.
So 4th down, you almost consider this one of the last chances. Erickson rolling around trying to find somebody, running out of real estate. He's got a man downfield. Cadlick, I'm not sure that's going to be against the offense there. Cadlick was trying to find a gap there and put 2 hands on the defensive back.
They'll probably call it on defense to make it interesting, huh?
Keep us here. Relay the call from the back judge to the side judge, who's going to tell the referee. Oh, my.
Well, there's 2 of them and 1 of the Lambkins.
Automatic first down for Fort Collins.
Just a numbers game.
So 1st and 10, Lambkins. After the call, ball's on the 20-yard line.
And there's a blocking in the back.
Wow, I mean, just almost hit getting chased around the end. The defender got outside the tackle. Tackle's trying to just save Erickson's backside, basically, and he's going to call the hold. I'm not so sure. How did he impede him? I mean, I just saw a pretty good pop on the shoulder pads and on the hip there. I mean, I didn't grab much of anything.
1:52 left.
So your Mary Kay call after the interception is what you're saying might be possible?
That is a holding call against Fort Collins High School.
I think it just looked funny. It's one of those plays that looked funny, and you.
So 1st and 30-something, a little over 30 yards. They really got to go away as Erickson's dancing around. Just a blanket of coverage downfield, fires the long out, and it's intercepted. Just too many people are trying to throw into coverage.
And on the
West
side, they don't take it back for a touchdown. So.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's one of the things you got to do there, and they weren't trying to rush many. And he's just throwing trying to go to the sidelines. You avoided the middle of the field this time of the game where you're trying to keep the chance to get out of bounds. And on a long play like that, West makes a good athletic play.
Lambkins have all 3 timeouts, so they won't be able to just
kneel on
go the victory formation.
Well, I think they're going to make them try to use them all. Because that is what they've lined up to do.
We'll see what.
Well, and I think in the common sense world too that Fort Collins is not going to take their timeouts.
And the clock's running, so.
Nope.
Sometimes you just got to know when you've been whooped,
Yeah, everybody's been on that side. Nobody's immune. If you're in competition of any sort, you've won, you've lost. Harris is just underneath stand by the center. He can wait for the back judge to start his count. Raise his hand. That signals I got a 5 count coming. Just started it. That's at 54 seconds. We'll have one more snap, and that'll do it.
So you look at this game, and similar to last night with Rocky Mountain, you got 2 pick sixes, you got a kickoff for a return, and you've got an ordinary 5-yard play that goes for an 80-yard touchdown, and that's the difference in the game.
So a convincing victory coming up here in all phases of the game done by the Falcons from Skyline. You've got the Lambkins started out a little slow in offense and gained it up, but just not enough to catch up. So 54-38 is our final score here. So for Randy McCoy and Brian Roxbury on camera, this is David Haase saying thanks for tuning in. Go back out on the Stream It Sports website to pick up the 7 o'clock show we've got tonight from Fossil Ridge and their homecoming game against Denver East. We'll see you in a few minutes.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on It Sports Northern Colorado, has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado.